Hello, and welcome to episode 41 of the Rogue Hunters podcast. We are out on a little bit of a different date here. Typically, these release on the weekends. We are releasing midweek because, as we discussed a while back, we are on a new recording and uploading schedule mid-September. So we will be recording on Sunday evenings now, and we will be uploading videos on Wednesday, probably morning Eastern. So if you have any topics that you want us to discuss for any podcast episodes, make sure you leave those in the comments below or something, or you get to us before the end of the weekend. I think this is going to work out better for us anyway, from a recording standpoint, news standpoint, everything like that. I think it'll be better.
I agree.
Yeah. I am joined this week with Brian.
What's up, everyone?
And myself, Snickle. Waves will be MIA for at least 2 weeks of the podcast, possibly 3. I don't know what his schedule is, but minimum 2, possibly 3. He's
doing something very important.
Yeah,
so
he's got important stuff to do, so he's going to be out for, again, 2 to 3 episodes of the podcast. So if you want to go over on Twitter and wish him luck in his endeavors, I'm sure he would greatly appreciate it because he's got some big stuff that he's doing. So yeah, he's over there. We've got some good topics to discuss this week. We've got the PlayStation 5 showcase, which is probably like the biggest thing. We got some Epic Games news, GTA, and a new game that came up that's kind of interesting. Again, if you want,
that one is by Waves' request.
Yeah, that was Waves' request. That was his only request for a topic this week, which I don't know how we're going to talk for more than 3 minutes on it, but
we'll find a way.
Yeah, we'll find a way. But yeah, if you want to follow along with any articles or anything as we're talking, again, they will all be linked down in the description below, and there will be timestamps and everything for everybody to follow along for your, viewing or listening pleasures. I don't know if I talked with you about this, Brian, but I did talk to Waves about it, and I don't know if we necessarily made it public to everybody, but the way that the visuals for the podcast are right now may change in the future, possibly the next podcast that you and I do, just because I've been doing a lot of post-processing with the podcast after the fact, and it's run into issues of processing on my side from my computer or transferring files and stuff, because I record on one computer and then I transfer it to another computer to edit it. So I may be getting rid of a lot of the post-processing that goes on, and I may be doing, I may set like a scene up in OBS that has kind of everything kind of there for us, so that I don't have to do post-processing in the long run, just the audio mixing. So
okay, cool.
Just public announcement to everybody listening: if you watch the screen as we're talking, you've probably noticed that we don't have the audio bars or anything around because of the processing. I figured out a loophole for that where I don't have to post-process it. It does it live for me. So we may be getting a little fancy around here again. We maybe get back to the fancy life. But
I like the fancy life.
I do too. I like to do some fancy things. Also, with the articles down in the description below, you can find all of our links for our social medias. So Twitters, YouTubes, Twitches, anything like that. So if there's any articles or anything you want us to talk about, you can go tweet at us anywhere, follow the Rogue Hunters Twitter, or you can join our Discord server and leave it over there. But anyway, with all the plugging out of the way, the news and all that, let's get into the infamous topic that we always discuss, games we've been playing. So I don't know if you listened last week, Brian, but
I did. That was great. I listened to it when I put in the descriptions today. I laughed.
Yeah, Waves and I tried to cover your games last week, but and then we went on a whole tangent about something, as always happens. But you can give a rundown of the last 2 weeks if you want to. Oh, I want to make one more announcement too. Sorry, I don't want to cut you off, Brian, before you talk, but
you're fine.
I know we talked about this before we got started. As everybody probably knows, Max Payne 3 is going down this week. And of course, as any normal human being, there's a lot of procrastination going on. And we are going to currently be boosting Max Payne 3 while we are recording this podcast. So if you hear clicking or something, or someone sounds like they're not focused, I just want to put that out there that there's some multitasking happening as this podcast episode is being recorded.
And your boy right here has been having some trouble with his PS3 this week.
Yeah, Brian has had the worst luck with his PS3.
And I'm still 28 levels away from what I need to be.
Yeah, I am 9-ish. I'm hoping by the end of this podcast episode I'll be 7 or 8, but you know, we'll see what happens. But yeah, what have you been playing over the last 2 weeks, Brian? I'll let you put that in.
Oh, cool. I got my all right. So, I've been on vacation for the last 2 weeks, or a week and a half, I should say. My one buddy came over and he helped me do build my desk, all my new rooms set up. If you all want to see pictures on my Twitter, but I got like a kind of professional looking setup now.
Yeah, it looks nice
for streaming. And then he's like, "Man, you want to play something?" I'm like, "Sure." He's like, "Can we play Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order?" Hell yeah, I got you. So that's when I started Jedi Fallen Order. I played it when it first came out on the 4, so I got the free upgrade for the 5, so I've been playing on PS5. I got the story done in Max Payne, so I could get the challenge mode done. I went on a business trip for work, and I brought my PS3 with me, and then my PS3 kept freezing on me, so I couldn't do any of the boosting when I was on this trip, because my main goal was to do the challenge mode, and then work on the self-boost, so I was there. That didn't happen. I got home Friday, I got the challenge mode, I plugged in my PS3, and it started working fine. I said a few words, but said, alright, got the challenge mode done Friday night. Woke up Saturday morning. I started self-boosting for about 6 hours. Just working on that. Then I went out for a while. Came back to start self-boosting, and then my PS3 froze again and kept freezing and freezing. I said, screw it. And then 10 minutes before we started this podcast, I decided to give my PS3 a shot, and it's working. So my PS3 is not getting turned off until this level 50 grind is done.
No, I completely get that. So the guy that we boosted some of the stuff with, Platinum, or also known as Leon, apparently, he was watching the live stream the other night.
Okay.
He was having issues with his PS3.
Right.
I don't want to say similar to this, but his PS3 wasn't freezing like yours was.
Okay.
Like when it loaded up, it was freezing. Like he said, it was freezing when he was playing the Run DLC, and then like no other game was like. It's so weird. It's something that I've never heard of this before. Like I've heard of PS3s not loading games. Like I should say Slims, because I had issues with that. Like I had a PS3 Slim that had a disk drive issue where it was not loading games unless like it was aimed towards the sky. So like I've heard of that, but like this is something new. Like it's not even like a disk drive issue. Like it's like the whole, like it's software, it seems like.
Right. So like me and you were talking before the podcast, I'm gonna either get the game done and not turn off the PlayStation and just keep it nice and cool while it plays, and while I'm at work.
Just put a fan in front of it or something.
Yeah, that's basically the plan. And then after it's done, then I'm gonna rebuild the data point and see if there's an issue with that, or give it a good cleaning, because I did buy this console used, so.
Yeah, I bought my Super Slim used and I never cleaned it, but that's like a good point, like, because you don't know where you could be getting it from, someone who like smoked or something before. You have no idea where it's been. So,
well, the one thing I thought I was gonna get screwed out in this game was last week I was doing the challenge modes. I was on chapter. Is it chapter 3 that has the stadium? Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
And as soon as I got to near the end of the point, anytime I would die in the challenge mode, the whole game would freeze on me, and I would actually have to go out to the XMB and it like completely turn off my game on me.
So did it shut it off, or did it freeze and you closed the game?
like it closed the game on itself, but I didn't close it. It went to like a black screen, and then when I hit the XMB, I noticed that the game was
Not.
turned off.
And then you have a digital version of the game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really weird. I've never heard of that before. I had issues when I was doing like shift 2 with I think it was like, I don't know if it was my fault, but like the game was freezing during races, like long races. And I think I told you guys about this in 1 week of the podcast, but yeah, it would like freeze during races, and then I would have to close the game. And if it was like a regular race, like I didn't care, because like a regular race lasted like 10 minutes. Like it wasn't
Right.
shit. Like, okay, I got to redo a 10-minute race. It is what it is. The problem was like I had to do like endurance events that were like 40 minutes long, and I would be like racing, and then I'd be like, and it wouldn't be a thought in my mind. It's weird how this works. It wouldn't be a thought in my mind, and then like I would think for like a millisecond, like, wait, I have been having issues with this freezing, and literally like 2 seconds later it freezes. I'm like, oh my god, you gotta be kidding me, right? And I'd be like 35 minutes into like a 40-minute race, and I'm like, oh my god, this is gonna take me like 10 hours to do this. If every time I race I have to double the amount of time I'm doing this. So
Right. Jeez.
yeah, the freezing is like really annoying, especially when it's like it comes to something where it's like you have no control over it. Like it's the console that's like effing up is kind of like the issue.
I wouldn't be mad. I'll still be mad, but don't do it on a game that shuts down in 4 days.
Yeah, I mean, part of me thinks that like part of me was thinking like, oh, maybe it's the game that's fucking up, right? Because it's going down. But like you're talking about, and then part of me was like, when you were talking about it with the challenge mode thing,
Right.
part of me was like, maybe it's messing up because it does have something to do with the servers, because like when you do the challenge mode, when you do the challenge mode or the arcade mode or anything, any of the modes, like you are technically connected to the servers, because it shows you like what the highest person on your friends list is, like highest overall and stuff like that. So like maybe that had something to do with it, but like, yeah, that was the strangest thing, that you kept freezing during that one mission, and that's like one of the longest missions in the game. Like, it's irritating.
And the most annoying challenge in the game is at the police station. Oh my god, I hate that police station.
Oh, you have to get like certain amount of explosive kills or explosions in like 20 seconds or something, and you literally waste half your time waiting for like the APC to like stop shooting at you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's so fucking annoying.
I actually had to watch a video because they're like, oh, there's a couple of rocket launchers. And I'm like, no, there's not. I found 2, and I couldn't find them on my own. I'm like, oh, there's a grenade launcher right there too. Damn it! So and after that, it took me a few tries and I got it.
It's actually funny because we never talked about that, but like that was a challenge that kind of irritated me when I was going through. And I think the reason it irritated me is because like any other weapon in the game, like if you have a pistol, right, and then you walk over an enemy that like had a pistol as well, you get the pistol ammo. Like you don't have to pick the gun up to get the ammo. It doesn't work like that with the rocket launchers. Like I would pick the one up right behind the van that they wanted you to pick up to blow the APC up, but then I would like hop back or something to where like another one was, and it wouldn't give me the ammo, and I was like, what? And then also there was like an ammo bag next to one of them, and I'm like, why am I not getting ammo from this? Like, what the hell? And then what I ended up doing for mine was I blew up the APC, and then I slid up to the next cover, and I literally shot the rocket like in the middle of the parked cars and tried to like explode all of them, and then I would have like one left and I would shoot it with my pistols like real quick. Like it was a really like scuffed way of doing it, but it worked. So it took me like maybe a dozen tries, but it worked.
Oh yeah, I think the police station had me like the most attempts I had.
Yeah, the police station.
Any other challenge. Even the last level wasn't that bad.
No, the last level isn't bad if you like take your time. Especially for the challenge mode, like it's really not that bad. It doesn't have any crazy challenges. The police station probably has the worst challenges, because none of the other challenges are really that bad. Like there's a few challenges that make you get like a certain amount of kills shoot dodging, but like that's not hard if you just like pay attention or you shoot dodge the proper way. Like it's really not that bad.
Right.
Now if you shoot dodge into a fucking wall, like yeah, that ain't gonna work, but So you ended up
Yeah, exactly.
you finished the whole arcade mode then?
Yeah, arcade challenge mode's done.
Okay, nice. Or the challenge mode, not the arcade mode.
Yeah.
That's nice. Yeah, that
Yeah.
that took me like I think that took me like 6 hours. No, 4 to 6 hours, something like that.
Yeah, it took me about that.
So that's good.
And some of the levels were quick, you know, so I was like, all right, ain't bad.
Yeah, a lot of the flashback levels are quick, other than the cemetery and maybe the canal. The canal can be kind of fast though, fastish.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess not,
That didn't
because you
take-
start like in the boat and then you come out and then you got to go into like the museum. So maybe it's not like the fastest, but I don't know.
And
As I've been playing through the game, I've realized that like a lot of the encounters and the levels actually aren't that long
mhm.
if you like sit down and like break them down. And the
Right.
worst part of the game is the loading,
Yeah.
which sucks, but whatever.
So, as far as I can tell, the police station is going to be the worst thing for New York Minute. That's all.
Yeah, I'm worried about New York Minute Hardcore, I'm worried about that. And the only part of that I'm worried about is like when you're checking the security footage and like all the laser guys come out of the elevator.
See, I had no problem with that on the challenge mode, so I'm not really too worried, but I probably will worry a little bit about that.
Yeah, I forget what the challenge mode for that was, but like I didn't have issues with it either, but I'm just worried about like getting one tapped in there by something stupid.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Other than that, that's all I've been playing.
Star Wars, Jedi Fallen Order, and Max Payne 3. It's not bad.
No.
All right. Well, surprise, I've been playing nothing new. Basically, Max Payne 3 is the only thing I've been playing since the last podcast. I was last week, I forget what I was when I did the podcast last week, but I am now up to level 41, almost 42 out of 50. So I unlocked the trophy to unlock all weapons because you get that at 40.
Right.
So regardless of what method I do, whether it's the chapter 4 or the multiplayer boosting, it's going to be probably, if I can get to 42, it's still going to be like 8 hours, 8-ish hours, which is pretty good. I mean, that's not that bad.
Right.
So my goal is to really finish like tonight after we record the podcast. But I know I'm not going to be able to get it all done tonight. So my goal is probably going to be like tomorrow, either during the day or during the night at some point, get it done. Because when you're boosting by yourself, it's like a level an hour-ish.
That's what I figure. I noticed.
It's kind of what you get after you get to 40 is like a level an hour. Before level 40, like it's pretty good. Like you can move pretty fast, and like I literally will do it while I'm just like watching a YouTube video or like literally like watching a movie, or like turn it on, and it's just like you have to pay attention when you're doing it, but it is kind of mindless.
Right.
And when you finish the level, you just press square and restart, and do it all over again, and you don't have to go through the loading menus or anything like that. And then whenever whenever you finish, you can continue and see what level you're at, and it'll give you the 1,000 XP for the 1 platinum. But obviously it collects the XP as you press restart. So
right.
Yeah,
it only takes like 3 minutes, so
yeah, it takes like it probably takes like 3 minutes with load times, because the load times are kind of ridiculous in the like loading into the actual level, and then like when you're in the level, there's like the one load time when you're like going up the steps is like the most annoying one.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I'm hoping to be done by, again, like tonight, tomorrow, and then when I get done this, I'm gonna start playing right through on. I guess I'm gonna be playing back through on hard, like the campaign, and I'll probably be doing like collectible guides, trophy guides for everything as I'm playing through, and then after I play through hard, I don't know if you unlock hardcore right after. I don't really know how the difficulty thing works, but I'm debating if I want to do all the difficulty based trophies first and then do like New York Minute and New York Minute hardcore. Or like if I want to do like hard and then New York Minute and then go do the last. I don't know how I'm going to do it exactly, but yeah, I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
I'm not gonna lie, I've been thinking about just leaving the collectibles for last. Something easy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna do them just on my next playthrough just to get them done. I think the last thing I'm probably gonna end up getting in the game is gonna either be the grinds or New York Minute Hardcore, obviously. So, um, yeah, we'll see how it goes. But I've I don't know. It's weird, man. When I boost games like this, like I enjoy doing it to an extent, but I also don't like it because you just realize like as you're doing it and then like after the fact, like you've put so much time in, like you could have done something else. And I was talking about it on the other night when I was streaming that like there's like 3 stages of starting to boost or like working through like a big boost. You have stage 1, which is like when you first get into it and you're excited, right? You're like new game, new boost. I'm making progress. Da, 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 da. Then you have stage 2 where you're like in the mid span of it and you're like, what did I get myself into? This is awful. I could be playing this many other games right now. And then stage 3 is like when you're like so close to finishing it and you're like, oh, this is so sweet. Like getting this done is going to be like the best thing that I've done, right?
Right.
So it just sucks kind of at times.
I think the last boost me you did like kind of this grind was Marvel's Avengers.
Yeah, that one was the same thing.
For like lengthwise and all that, you know.
The thing I didn't like about Marvel Avengers when it came to, at least when I was grinding it, was the Hive missions.
Oh yeah.
Well, it was the Hive missions and then like the caches and the prisoners, because the game has the trophies for it, but like there's no way to track any sort of stats to see what you've done. So like
and I was keeping track by myself too, like on a piece of paper, and it still wasn't like right.
Yeah, so like I would be like, oh, I just got to do this, this, and this, right? And I would just be replaying Hives, and you don't even get that like third stage of like, I'm so close to being done. You're like constantly stuck in like stage 2 of like, what am I doing? What the hell am I doing right now? Like, this is taking me so long for what? Like,
and after you get the Hives done, if you got everything else, you're like, well, how the hell do I do this? How the hell do I do that? And you have to look it up.
Yeah.
Because the game doesn't tell you how to do it.
Yeah, it's really...
I'm so glad that game's done.
Yeah, it's interesting. And I'm glad they're not putting DLC in for any of the characters that they're adding to. It's just...
Right.
Hopefully I never have to, like, really turn that game on ever again. But, you know, time will tell. I'm hoping not. But...
Exactly.
I don't know. There's something there's something with boosting multiplayer games, specifically on the PS3 because those are like the big ones. But I guess it goes for anything where you just like you get those 3 stages of just like yeah, like that's like what you get. And when I was playing the other night with Cats when we were boosting through the multiplayer method, he was basically saying like I can't even like. Not I can't, but like I don't want to boost through the self boosting because like it's slow, it's boring, and like I actually have to pay attention to what I'm doing compared to like the multiplayer one. You don't really, half the time you don't have to pay attention, you just have to spawn, and the other half of the time like you're paying attention, but you're just shooting like once every like 2 or 3 seconds if you're like very fortunate and you keep getting like the right spawn. So like it's kind of mindless in a way, but I guess at the end of the day, what it comes down to is like, if you want to get the trophy, you got to do stuff to get the trophy.
Now is Cats done?
He just needs level 50 and he's like, I think he's 41 right now. So he's close and then he'll be done. But,
he'll be done, right? He has the platinum done.
Yeah, he'll be done. This is another game, you know, I look at on PSMP. This is one of those games that I look at it and I'm like, I don't understand how so many people have done this boost. Because, you know, if you look at the statistics of it, right? I think getting level 50 is like a 3%. It's a little over a 3% trophy. 3% trophy on like almost 300,000 game owners. Let me do some quick. I guess I can just click on achievers. It'll tell me how many. Wrong one. It has 8,600 achievers for unlocking level 50. I just think, to me, like that number seems so high for like what you have to do.
Right. And because you got people that bitch about it when they can't upload or save and get a free platinum. So
Yeah, and like you would think that the pool of people that are actually like not complaining, like people like us, is so small.
right.
But yeah, I'm surprised. I'm just very surprised. There's a few games when it comes to boosts like this that like really surprise me because like me being a person who boosts like multiplayer games, like the self grinding even like is boring to me. And I've done shit like Killzone 2 when the servers were going down. So like I know what a boring ass boost is like. Like
Right.
but like to me this is even more boring than Killzone 2. And maybe I don't know, maybe it's cuz Killzone 2 had another like layer of it where like you had to wait until the week was over to figure out like how good you did maybe. I don't know if that has anything to tie into it, but there are games that like you have these boring ass boosts and I just ask myself like how are people like I'm barely getting myself through it and I feel like I'm pretty good at boosting games like how are these other unless it's taking other people like I'm doing something in like 2 weeks that someone's doing in like 2 years like slowly.
Right.
I don't know cuz like there's other games like Tomb Raider, right? The Tomb Raider reboot, Tomb Raider Definitive Edition that has it's not as bad as this, but it has a similar trophy where you have to reach like isn't it like max level or something? And
Yeah.
you can technically self boost it by yourself. Well, that's what self boosting means.
Yeah.
But it's really boring. You just run around and collect shit and deliver it. Like
Oh yeah.
it's very boring. And like the fact that people do it is like what? And then there's other games like AC4 where you just play Wolfpack and like I get Wolfpack as like a game mode that like has a little bit of variation to it, but it's still the same thing. You're playing the same thing over and over and over again for like 20, 30 hours.
Right.
So I don't know. The numbers confuse me, but you know, it is what it is. It's getting done. I'm going to get mine done. Brian's going to get his done. Waves is going to get his done. Everyone's going to get it done. Cats is going to get his done.
We're gonna have an ultra rare platinum to our list.
Yeah, sub 1% platinum. Can't wait for it. I need it.
This actually my very first one.
Nice. They're good. They're good to have. I have one. I have 7 currently. I'm going for 10 and I can get 10. I have games lined up for it, but I want every trophy in my trophy cabinet to be sub 1%. It's my goal.
That's a good one.
My goal, so like my trophy cabinet has evolved. I've always set my trophy cabinet up to be like basic, but top 10 rares platinums. That's how I've always set it up. And
That's how mine is too.
I think it's like a generic way that people are doing it, which is fine. Nothing wrong with it. I think it's nice because people who come to your account, they can just look at those 10 trophies and see what your 10 rares are, platinum wise. So my first goal for my trophy cabinet was to get all ultra rares in there. And then as time went on, I was like, okay, now that I have all ultra rares, I want to get all sub 4%, sub 3%, sub 2%, sub 1%. And so I'm at the sub 1% now. But like, I don't think you can get a goal lower than 10 sub 1%, right? Like that's about as low as you're going to get.
Right.
I don't really know otherwise, like unless I'm like, okay, I want sub 0.5%, but like the chances of that happening are like slim to none. I think I have a better chance of winning the Powerball than doing that.
Yeah, I agree. And you're a good gamer. You get shit done. So it's not like a shot against you or anything. It's just.
Oh no, I agree. There's just not enough games, right? Like I have plenty of games that are sub 1% that I can do, and like yeah, over time they'll definitely drop down because I have a lot of games that are sub 1% now that weren't a sub 1% a year or two ago, and there'll be a lot more that get to that point. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever be able to go lower than sub 1%. So I think I've reached my. I think I've peaked, or I will have peaked.
Like, there's a part of me I want to get Max Payne done, and then I told Cats I would help him with Battlefield 3.
Yeah,
that's my next like ultra rare. Actually, I think Battlefield 3 is an ultra rare.
It is. It's like it was like 3.33 for like a while, and I think it dropped down to like 2 point something.
Well, either way, I'm gonna help him with that. But then I really want to get back on my main focus of going back to like working on my backlog.
Yeah,
and all that.
Yeah,
because I've been neglecting that, and it bothers me. It's like, hey, I started all these games, but none of them are finished.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Not really with backlog, but like I was on the Star Wars Hitman series for a while, and then
Right.
I forget why. Oh, I switched because the whole like PS3 shit happened, right? Where the store
Oh
was gonna
yeah.
close, and I was like, okay, like I should probably shift my focus to like trying to finish up my PS3 backlog. So then I went into doing like basically right when I made the decision to go back and do my PS3 like backlog was like kind of a bad timing because like RE8 came out and then like Valhalla came out and all that, and then like next thing I knew, as I've played through all those, like now the PS3 store was going down, and then next thing we know, Need for Speed gets like announced that all of their PS3 games are shutting down. I'm like, oh my, can I get a break? And then
The
Rockstar's
Max
like,
Payne.
yeah, then Rockstar's like, we're shutting down Max Payne 3 and GTA 5 on the PS3, and I'm like, oh my god, two more games that I wanted to do that are like, they're not like these aren't like easy games that you can knock out in a weekend. Like I don't mind
Right.
if someone the same thing with like Shift 2 and all of those, like those are a pain in the ass too, but like these aren't games that it's like, oh, I'll knock this out in a night or two. Like, God, I gotta dedicate my whole goddamn gaming life to this shit.
Right. Like me and you did Avengers, and that took us a month.
Yeah, I played Avengers nonstop for a month. Now, the good thing was before we started doing the grinding, it was okay to play the game because we were
The
logging
story
on
wasn't
and doing.
bad.
Yeah, story wasn't bad. We were logging on, doing dailies, doing challenges, doing this, doing that. Second, you got into the Hive grind, it was just like, oh my god, man, I don't want to keep. And we could do that together, but it was like I don't want to keep
Right.
playing this over and over again. Like this is rough. So
Like I had more fun to grind out base like MLB to show and all that. That was like way more fun.
yeah, I agree with that. But it's
Like,
gonna be.
I want to do a baseball game after this. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, I'm kind of intrigued to like play Anthem. I know that's like the next game that we talked about
Oh,
playing, but like
oh,
that's that
I'm
won't.
excited for Anthem though.
Yeah, that won't be until after. Like I gotta finish GTA 5. I gotta try to at least finish that.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Well, while you're doing that, I could be working on Battlefield with cats and all that.
yeah, that's
so.
true. And then like we're gonna do Anthem in like whenever. I may just like focus on it full time to try to get it done. But I also want to get back to once I finish GTA 5, like I want to get back to my backlog on my PS3 of ABC and basically finishing up games that I've done the multiplayer for over the past like 5 years that just I haven't touched. So
Like, I think one thing me and you can do is like we got me and you had a full list of games we want to do.
mhm.
All these games. If we could do like one every quarter, that would be great.
Yeah, I would agree with that. So like try to
I
get
think-
Anthem done by like the new year, basically.
Exactly, and then New Year hits, we could start Friday the 13th then, or Godfall or something.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
And then like spring hits. Okay, let's do this next one.
Yeah, no, I agree
I
with
think
that.
I think that'd be a good way to do it. This way we're not like constantly just
Like back to
Go
back games
Yeah.
as a service. Yeah, yeah, and then
because
it
there's
gives
plenty
us,
of games I want to play that are coming out and get done as well. I've been urging to play Infamous.
yeah, I should finish that up on the PS4. But like, I've been looking through my list when it comes to like just my games in general, and it's like I have a lot of PS3 games that I've done the multiplayer for that I'm just like, man, I really want to play it. Like,
Right. Plus BioShock and all that we want to do, and
yeah, we still gotta hop on that at some point.
Borderlands. So
Yeah,
the
so-
games as a service games will be fun, and they're gonna look good once they're off the list and all that. But other than that,
Yeah, it's
like
just
Borderlands is not going to take us long to do.
no, it's a process. That's what it comes down to. It's a process. It just,
Oh, yeah.
I think, and again, I say it, time and time again. I'm not mad that like servers get shut down. Like it's fine, but it is a blessing in disguise because it makes you finish games that or do games that like you've been thinking about doing. Because basically, it's like okay, you have a few choices here, right? Like
Mhm.
you either do it or you don't do it. But like the thing is if you don't do it, like you're never gonna have the chance to do it. Like this is your only one and only chance to do it if you want to. So it kind of
Right.
like makes you do it, which is fine. I mean, that's how I felt about like I had already done Shift and like the Run multiplayer when I did the Need for Speed. So like I wasn't worried about them. Like I just finished them because I like to finish the games before. I like to finish the whole games before the servers go down, just to just so like I'm not put in a predicament where like I won't be able to get the platinum.
Right.
Like if one dumb feature is like not available or something. But yeah, I had finished like shift and or shift 2 in the run, or no, shift and the run. But when I was doing shift 2, I still had to do that King of the Hill trophy, and it was just a process, man. Like it's just a process is what it comes down to. And like, did I want to do the King of the Hill trophy like right this very second? No, but guess what?
No.
I don't have a choice. It's either I do it right now when the servers are, before the servers go down, or I'm screwed and I can never play the game, or I can never platinum the game. Like I gotta decide that. So,
Right.
but I was able to finish them. Same thing with like Max Payne. Same thing with like GTA. Like I'm gonna finish them all before the servers go down. Like Max Payne 3, I'm not worried. Like once I get the once I get the levels done, like I'm done, right? Like single player is still gonna be playable in this game, so I'm not worried about that. And GTA 5 is like the same way, like they have the whole GTA Online. Like once that's done, like I'm still gonna be able to play the single player, like regardless of if like I want to finish GTA 5 before December 16th for sure. But like if in some reason I'm not able to, like I'll still be able to play the single player as long as I get the heist shit done, get my levels and everything. Like I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be set. So
Right.
but
Like, it's a phrase I don't like. It like you got the multiplayer done, so you got the platinum. I don't fully agree on that one still, but
no,
you made.
no, it's that's a big meme because someone used to say that back in the day where they're like, well, if you you get the multiplayer done, you're done, you got the platinum. And it's like I get the saying, because the multiplayer, when it comes to trophies, right? Like the multiplayer trophies can be the make it or break it in games, and typically they're not only dependent on you, they're dependent on other people as well.
Right.
You could be the best player at the game, right? But if you're playing it and you're playing against somebody else that's the best player in the game, you may not be able to get stuff as efficiently as, if you're playing against a worse player in the game. So it's very dependent on somebody else, and not only you, regardless of if you're playing legitimate or if you're boosting. But I don't even know where I was going with that. I just lost my train of thought.
Well, yeah.
Oh. Sorry, I'm back. I'm back. So there is that aspect of multiplayer trophies, but I don't agree with the if you get the multiplayer, you get the platinum, because like Max Payne 3 is a perfect example, right? Anyone with a brain, can do the multiplayer, can boost the multiplayer. You can do it by yourself, right? Now, granted, some of the trophies you need other people, DLC trophies, you need other people. Even base game trophies, you need other people for the multiplayer. But like, again, anybody with a brain can do it. But when it comes to like finishing the single player up, you have to beat the game on New York Minute Hardcore. And like, yeah, again, anyone with a brain can do that as long as you think a little bit. But like, that takes a little more skill than me just loading into a game and shooting someone in the head over and over again.
Right.
So there's definitely games
the same level over and over.
Yeah, exactly. So like there's definitely like there are games that like the single player can also be a make it or break it for people. And like Max Payne 3 is a great example, because the multiplayer stuff is like 3%, but the overall platinum percentage for Max Payne 3 is a sub 1%, because New York Minute Hardcore is a sub 1% trophy. So clearly that is the make it or break it trophy, and that's single player. So
exactly.
It's just
like the one thing I wish that Max Payne did was, instead of it going by like points for for the platinum or whatever in like the single player mode,
yeah,
is if like it went by how many points you earned during that match, and like divided by a quarter or half,
or like 100 or something.
Yeah.
I do wish that it was kind of like that. Because in case anyone isn't doing Max Payne 3, the way that it works is that if you're self-boosting, quote unquote self-boosting, you can basically do this arcade level over and over again, and it gives you XP towards the multiplayer, which doesn't really make sense to me, but I guess it makes sense because you get put on the leaderboards. And the highest rating that you can get on the arcade mode is platinum. And when you get a platinum medal, you get 1,000 XP. So that's how much XP you get every time you do a run. But like, for instance, if you were to say like, hey, you get, every, 100 points you get 10 XP or something like that. Right?
Right.
You can typically pull like on average 7 to 10,000 XP from that level. So if you did that, like if you divide it by 10, I guess it would probably equate out to like the same amount, but yeah, I don't know. The multiplayer is even like, I wouldn't say the multiplayer is weirder because it's like the same type of like layout ish in a way, because you get 50 kills per, or you get 50 XP per kill. And, and then you get 25 per headshot, and then you get like extra XP for like getting bursts, or whatever, and then finishing some like online grind. So like you get extra XP there, but yeah, the Max Payne 3 is a perfect example, and we always talk about it. It's a perfect example of a game that came out in the early 2010s that just had a shoehorned in multiplayer that at the time you were like, why the fuck are you doing that? But now you look back at it and you're like, I wish games would take a little bit more of a risk and shoehorn in a multiplayer like this.
Right.
But like, do I want the grind to be to this extent? Probably not, but it is what it is. If it is, then guess what? Gotta do it.
Well, no, we would put it off until the servers go down anyway. So
yeah, so I probably won't be playing any PS5 multiplayers until the PS7 is out, because that's when the PS5 games will probably get shut down. But anyway, that's what I've been playing this week.
Since you guys like to throw me out there last week, Waves has been working on Max Payne as well.
Yeah, that is all Waves has been working on, if anyone's wondering. He took a break from the Yakuza games to get Max Payne done, because I think he kind of had... Well, I was talking to him one night, and I think he kind of had like a revelation of like basically the same thing that like we were talking about, where it's like, holy shit, these are going down. Like, if I want to get this platinum, I got to actually do this.
Right.
So now he's been like kind of hardcore in it, trying to finish it. So I think he's at like level... He's gotten
20.
everything else done. He's got the arcade mode done and everything. I think he's at level 25.
I think he's older than me, I thought.
So,
unless he boosted it yesterday, then I don't know.
I don't know. I think the last time I checked, he was 25. If you go to the multiplayer thing, you should be able to check. But when I checked, like today, he was, or this morning, he was 25. So,
right.
Yeah, 34 is technically halfway when it comes to XP. So level-wise,
Really?
he's halfway, but
yeah.
XP-wise, he is not halfway.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Because it's like...
Damn, I'm not even halfway.
Yeah, it's like exponential, the XP, or whatever.
That's right. That makes sense.
So he's...
Makes me sad now.
He's getting through it. I'm still trying to talk Waves into doing GTA 5 with me on the PS3. Because I don't want to play with random people. But I think I'm going to end up playing with Platinum, or aka Leon, for a majority of it, because I think he wanted to do it as well. So at least I'll be playing with him. I'm not going to be playing with a complete random, but...
Right.
We still have to do like the heist finales and stuff, and we're only 2 and you need 4, so gonna have to pull like 2 random people in, unless Waves wants to do it, which then it's only 1 random. Unless Cats wants to do it, then there's no randoms, but like can't talk them into everything.
No. Yeah, I'm not doing it because I wouldn't be able to get the 1 trophy. So
well, that's why they don't want to do it, because they can't get the trophy. But I was like, you guys already have the game on your list. Like, you're not losing anything by like doing this.
Right.
Like,
see, I'd be losing my 100% account.
Yeah, like you're gonna gain something because you're gonna gain percentage. You're gonna get the DLC done, right? Like, I would at least want to do it. And I was telling Waves, like, there's still people that earn the trophy. Like, I don't know where these people find hackers, but like there are hackers out there that are setting bounties on people, and like you can still get the trophy. So
yeah. So technically, right now, I can still have a 100% account as long as I get Max Payne done.
Yes, which you're going to.
Which I will.
When you get Max Payne done.
Yeah. If I get Max Payne done. I'm not even halfway through the leveling system, so I'm not holding anything close. Oh shit, that guy was right there still. Fuck.
Yeah, but you like haven't been like, I don't want to say you haven't been going hard, like as hard as possible. You've been screwed over, so like I know your feeling of kind of just saying like fuck it, like whatever. I did the same thing. I did the same thing with Warhawk, man. Like I was doing Warhawk. I did it for like 2 nights, right? And then before, because I told myself, I was like, dude, I'm gonna get this done before the servers go down. Like I got extra copies of the game. Like I'm doing this shit. And I told everyone that. I was like, I'm gonna do this. Like, put money on it. I'm gonna do this. And I did it for 2 nights, and then I was kind of like, I lost like all motivation to do it. And yeah, I just ended up not doing it then. So I would have lost my bet. But no, I totally understand where you're coming from of just saying like getting to a point where you're just like, fuck it, man. I don't want to do this. I don't want to sit here and play this game for just 5 or 6 hours a night.
You know, but I'll get it done. I know I will.
Yeah, you will. You'll get it done, and then you'll get that nice shiny sub 1% platinum.
Hell yeah.
It's gonna be nice.
That I can play better. Well, I can't say better games because I did actually enjoy the Max Payne, like single campaign and all that.
Oh,
it's
a phenomenal game. I mean, I don't know how you feel. Waves and I talked about it last week. I don't know how you felt about like the narrative of the game, but like gameplay wise, phenomenal. Like level design in some areas, little lacking, but like lacking in the way of like just being like overstaying its welcome. Like, so. But I mean, I enjoy the game. The game is fun as hell to play. Like I'll enjoy playing it, you know, time and time again. I'm really looking forward to going back and doing like all the golden guns and everything. Like I'm really looking forward to going back and playing the game. I mean, I think I need to play it like 4 more times or something, but like, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, I just wish the golden guns actually did something.
They do.
What do they do?
They do. So I don't know. I think they do stuff, but like when you get the golden, like, what is it? The golden like machine gun. When you do the level and when you're searching for the girl and you're on the boat and Passos is driving.
Okay.
You know how the gun overheats?
Yeah.
If you have the golden gun, it doesn't overheat.
Really?
Yeah, so like I think that they do have some features in a way. I mean, I don't know if they all have something like that, but like that one at least has a feature like that. So the part that I'm interested about it is you find the parts, and like if you find a part, does it upgrade? Does it visually show it like as just collecting that part on the gun?
No.
Oh. See, my dumbass likes stupid things like that, like dumb details like that.
Well, I would see why you would think that. But also, you gotta remember, we're talking PS3 right here. So
yeah, but it's Rockstar.
That is true.
I thought that they would have a little more detail than just saying fuck it. All right. Well, yeah, that's what I've been playing this week.
All right.
So it sounds like, well, from what we've talked about, we've all been playing Max Payne 3 to the fullest extent. So, you know, it's been a time. But anyway, let's get on to our next topic, which is games we've picked up. I don't know if you've picked anything up, Brian, but personally, I did not pick anything up.
Technically, I pre-ordered Horizon Forbidden West.
Okay.
I got the big boy collector's edition.
Nice.
And I got my Predator, Alien vs. Predator, for the PS3. The Steelbook came in. That thing is nice.
Yeah, I was gonna say I saw that thing. That thing looked real nice.
Yeah. So I got that in, and that's it.
Nice. Yeah, I got nothing.
Okay.
I didn't buy anything, so you know I'm just over here not buying games. I didn't even pre-order Horizon. I didn't even pre-order Horizon. I mean, I probably should, but I didn't. But Waves and I talked about it last week about, you know, just that whole pre-order issue. I wouldn't even say issue, but like that whole pre-order debacle was just like, oh, yeah. Come on, man. And like
I almost canceled my pre-order because I wasn't gonna get a physical copy of the game. I noticed.
Yeah, I don't understand how you have a collector's edition with a steelbook and then you don't give a disc. Like that's why people want the steelbook. Like that doesn't make any sense to me. Like what?
Right. I still might cancel that. You know, like I'm like, really? I want a physical copy of the game.
Yeah, I mean, I think anybody would want a physical copy of the game if you were buying a steelbook. Like that's the whole point of buying the steelbook, like so you can have that. Right. But Yeah, I mean, we went into a discussion last week about how um the whole like upgrade thing is just like stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, and that's the way I feel. Like I
It
get
is stupid.
I get the purpose of it. Like they want people to be able to that can't get a PS5 right now to be able to buy the PS4 version of the game, and when they get a PS5, then to just upgrade to the PS5 and move on. But like the way I feel is like, well, when you get the PS5, if you want to play it, then you buy the PS5 version of the game. Like you shouldn't be entitled to two versions of a game by just buying one.
Exactly.
So
Like we didn't have that with the PS3 going to 4, did we?
no, we didn't. And
You just had to buy the game.
yeah, and
again.
I think that partially has to do with the backwards compatibility of the PS5, because a lot of these games you just put the disc in the PS5 and then there's probably like I don't know how it works, but you probably get like a prompt or something. I don't know.
You get a prompt on what version you want to download.
Yeah,
So,
which like that's why, because of backwards. If there's no backwards compatibility, I guarantee you this wouldn't be a quote unquote issue. But
right.
with the backwards compatibility, it definitely adds a little, I would say like a hiccup. But
Right.
I actually saw Waves and I talked about it. I saw it and I sent it in the chat. I saw how Xbox does theirs,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know why Sony isn't going with that. Like, they aren't going in that direction. Because it just seems so like, it seems so simple.
Oh yeah.
Not simple, but it just seems so like, I don't know. It just seems like the right way to do it. It just seems like the complete right way of doing it. Like you put the game out and you put it out with, it just says PlayStation on the top, right? Regardless of if you use the new or the old, box. You made a new one, use the new one, right? It says PlayStation at the top. And then underneath of it, in like a smaller font, it says PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4. And then next to it, it has something that says like, whatever. Microsoft calls it something. It's called like, hold on, let me look it up. So it says Xbox across the top, right? And then in the upper left-hand corner, it says Xbox Series X, and then it says Xbox One. So it's telling you it's for Xbox, but it's for these two consoles. And then on the right, it says 4K HDR, and then next to it, it's called the thing that they call it is called Smart Delivery, which basically means if you were to put this disc into an Xbox One, it would know that it's in an Xbox One. If you were to put it in an Xbox Series X, it would know that it's in an Xbox Series X. And it knows what version of the game to load with what graphics and all of that. It knows that. But then, of course, on the bottom, it says that it's optimized for the Xbox Series X. But I just don't know why Sony can't do something like this. I don't know why we're releasing multiple copies of games, making people, some games you're making people pay for, some games you're not. And like Waves and I had brought up last week is like, if you want to get a PS5 game, right? The best way to do it nowadays is just buy the PS4 version and get the free upgrade, because guess what? The PS4 version is cheaper and you don't have to pay for the upgrade.
Exactly.
What's the point of buying the PS5 version of the game if you can buy the cheaper version and get a free upgrade? It just does not make sense. But I heard apparently that Horizon is going to be the last, at least PlayStation or Sony game, published game that's going to allow a free upgrade. After that, it's going to be a $10 charge, which I agree with. Like,
yeah, I agree with that.
At a minimum, you should be doing a $10 charge. But honestly, I think that you should be making people rebuy the whole game, because you should not entitle people to 2 games at the price of 1. That's just crazy.
I agree.
So, yeah. I don't know why we got on that topic, but typical me.
Hey, it's all good.
But
Sunday
playing Max Payne 3. I did not pick any games up, so I'm here chilling.
Nice. All right.
Okay. Next topic we got server shutdowns, upcoming server shutdowns. So, September 15th, which is going to be the day that this video comes out, Wednesday, September 15th, FIFA 15 is going down on the PS3 and PS4. September 16th, Max Payne 3 is going down on the PS3, along with microtransactions in GTA 5 on the PS3. September 26th, WWE 2K20 is going down on the PS4. September 30th, PES 2020 is going down on the PS4. November 17th, Dead by Daylight, the Stranger Things DLC will be getting delisted on the PS4 and the PS5. On the PS4, it's in the additional chapters section of the game. On the PS5, it's just in the same list. Oh, by the way, I heard this. I don't know if you heard this, okay, Brian. The PS5 can support up to 1,000 trophies for its lists.
What?
Yep.
The PS4 or 5?
5. Did I say 4?
Yeah.
Sorry. PS5 can support up to 1,000 trophies in one list.
Holy, where'd you hear this from?
I heard it, someone brought it up on stream. I'm trying to find hold on. It's on, okay, PSMP. Hold on. I am trying to find the article. Hold on.
Damn, 1,000 though? Holy
yeah,
crap.
I'm looking on PSMP because that's where I am, but yeah, I mean, people can do their own research. I can't remember exactly. It was brought up to me on stream, and I would believe it, but yeah, 1,000 trophies per list.
Like, there's only one game I could think of that actually probably could have hit that, and the game doesn't get support anymore. It was that Lego Dimensions game.
Yeah.
And, like, I own Lego Dimensions, actually. I just don't own all the DLC yet. I've been slowly buying it throughout the year. And once I get all the DLC, then I'm going to just play through the game and get everything done. But all the franchises that Lego has contracts with, you know?
Yeah.
That was the only one I could see, because every time I did a DLC pack, they put out like 3 or 4 trophies, or up to 5 trophies per game DLC pack. So you figure, like, that was the only game that I could see actually doing that, because they stopped at 78 trophies in total, and each DLC got like 3 trophies.
The only worry, again, I hate to get sidetracked. It's just something that I thought about because Dead by Daylight with the additional chapters. The only worry I have with this limit is that we end up getting a Steam situation where these companies like Radalika or whatever will make games that, again, take 30 minutes to platinum, but instead of getting whatever you would typically get 20 gold or 10 11 golds in your platinum, that they up it to something crazy. But I don't know how it would work with points, right? I don't know how that would work, because it would have to be DLC. You'd still have the same amount of points and everything, but I guess they would have to make DLC after DLC after DLC, because there won't be a base game that exceeds like the point limit. It'll all come down to DLC. So I don't know. It would definitely be interesting to see, but like I worry that like that would happen with like Radalika games or something, where they like, oh, we're gonna keep adding these like DLCs, and we're gonna add 50 DLCs, and it's gonna be $1 a DLC, and you're gonna it just, I don't know, worries me.
People will fucking pay for it. Well, actually, you know what? I don't even see people paying for the DLC, because they buy the Radalika game for the easy platinum.
Yeah, that is true. Most of the people that do the Radalika games don't care about DLCs, so like
exactly, they're the ones bitching about DLC.
Yeah, it hurts my heart because I see it all the time with those people. But there'll be the people who like Platinum Drive Club but don't do the DLC, and it sits out there at like 20%, and I'm like, how can you do that? Like, how does that not bother you? Like,
right?
Like that, like to just look at a game and not have the DLC done. Like, the whole purpose of being a trophy hunter is because you're like a completionist.
Right.
That's where trophies like evolved from, being a completionist.
Right.
But
it irks me if I don't got everything done.
Oh, it irritates the shit out of me if I don't. But yeah, it's definitely gonna be interesting to see what happens as like time goes on. a lot of if not all the lists that are out now with a shit ton of trophies are just they're just re-release games. So like ESO, Dead by Daylight, Train Sim, like they're just re-releases of on PS4. So it'll be interesting to see if we get a PS5 game that does something like that, because I would love to see it. I mean, it sounds shitty, but like you could have a games as a service where like every time you put a small update out, you put a trophy or something. Like it would definitely be interesting.
You know what game I can see them doing it with, actually?
What's that?
That terms of service Assassin's Creed.
I mean, I would be down for it. Like every time that they put a big update out, they basically put a whole new list. That would be kind of interesting. But the thing is the DLC can't it can't exceed a certain amount of points. So it's almost like they'd have to split it up, like so and so expansion part 1, so and so expansion part 2, part 3, part 4.
I can see them actually even doing it with like any terms of a service game.
Yeah.
But also like Fallout 76, which is kind of the terms of a service because it's online.
Yeah.
But still, even Borderlands, like they actually do put out quite a bit of DLC.
Yeah, I'm intrigued to see where it goes, but it does scare me a little bit because of people who would, manipulate it and stuff for them. But anyway, Dead by Daylight. December 8th, Hardware Rivals is going down on the PS4. December 16th, GTA 5 on the PS3 is going down. December 31st, NBA 2K20 is going down on the PS4. February 22nd, One Punch Man, A Hero Nobody Knows on the PS4 is going down. Apparently doesn't have online trophies, but, they're saying it could affect the game. March 1st, WWE 2K19 is going down on the PlayStation 4. May 31st, Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes on the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4 are both going down. Now, there are no online trophies for the game, but apparently some online functions could help the offline trophies in a way, is what's being stated. So, I mean, I guess if you want to do it, get it done. It's 100%. It's not hard to get done. Then also on May 31st, Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain on the PS3 is going down, and that's all I have.
All right.
So it's a lot, but it's actually not too bad. A lot of these games are kind of throwaway games anyway.
All right.
Sad to say, but
pause my game real quick so I get the timestamp.
So that is going to knock out our introduction here. Now we can get into the meat and potatoes of the podcast this week. And this is actually going to be a good topic because we did not cover this last week because it didn't happen. But yeah, it did not happen yet. I think it happened the day after we recorded or something like that.
Because we usually record Wednesdays, or we're recording on Wednesdays. And this happened Thursday. And I was on my business trip and I had an 8-hour class that day, and I'm sitting there, the guy's like, the instructor just kept talking, I'm like, dude, I just want to leave. I want to go watch this.
Yeah, I actually went into work that day, and it started at 4 for me, and I was like, oh, I'm going to leave and get out. I was the same way where I was just like, oh, I keep, like, work. That's the only problem when I go into the office, is like, I just cannot stop working, which is like not bad, but it's also not good because like next thing I know, it's like 6 o'clock and I'm like, oh fuck, I need to go home. But we missed this by a day, which is fine. We're covering it now, but it is the PlayStation Showcase.
Oh my god. Waze messaged me, or us technically. He said to tell everybody that he liked it.
Yes.
So if Laves liked it, then it's pretty damn good. And I want to add a little something when we get done with this thing about some people talking on Twitter and other fanboys.
Well, yeah, it's disgusting, but it's typical. It's typical, man. Like I don't understand about fanboy people, but can't let anybody
like
have fun.
Like we'll talk about that when we get there.
Yeah. So
PlayStation Showcase 5 Showcase, I should say.
It was so you can take it away, Brian, but I just want to say before you take it away. So this was the first showcase for the PlayStation 5 after the console was released. So basically this is like the biggest thing for the PlayStation 5 since it was like announced. Yeah.
So Yeah.
The floor is yours, Brian.
Okay, I was wondering, like, should I go? Should
Yeah,
I
no,
wait?
go
I
ahead.
don't
You
know.
can take it away.
Alright.
I'll add my 2 cents in as we go along.
Well, first of all, it started off with basically like Sony's little thing, like two kings, like kind of playing chess with each other with like actual characters.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of interesting because you had a white king, white and black, of course, and in my mindset, you got like that distinction of like, man, Sony's the white, but then you got like the black, for the king, meaning like Xbox or whatever. I don't know. But I was like, nah, that's not what this means. But there were like certain things like people caught, like somebody saw the Resident Evil 4, like that cult symbol.
Mm-hmm.
They found that in the video somewhere, and somebody's like, "Oh, okay, maybe this means we're getting something." But you've seen like different stuff from like Horizon, God of War, all this other stuff.
Yeah.
Then it breaks down into the very first game, and we get freaking Star Wars KOTOR. We knew this was happening, but PS5.
Yeah, so when Waves and Andrew were both freaking out about this while it was happening, of course, I was still at work, and they were like, holy fuck, like, KOTOR remake, like, this is awesome, and, like, it's something that I've been asking for a while, because KOTOR, I played KOTOR a lot when I was younger on, like, I just remember playing it a lot.
Right.
But then, like, they're freaking out, right? And I'm like, what are you guys freaking out about? Like, we already knew this was coming. Like, granted, it's the first time where it's an official announcement and, like, we're hearing about it. But, like, we've known it was going to be coming for, like, the past, like,
we covered
6
this
months
a
or
couple months
something.
ago.
Like,
yeah, we've actually covered this topic.
Yeah, so...
But it was just a rumor.
Now, what I was most interested about is, so the remake is being done by Asper.
Right.
And they're the same guys who've done like all the other like PS4 Star Wars stuff. So like Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Knight. I'm trying to think if they did like the they didn't do anything else like the Racer Revenge and stuff. They just did like the PC ports to PS4, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they only did those two. But
right.
Apparently, like according to them, this is like the biggest project they've ever worked on because they're not just doing a port; they're doing a complete remake of it.
Right.
Which intrigues me a lot.
Oh yeah. Like I'm really excited for this actually. My thing is all you saw was PS5. So I don't know, is this PS5 PC exclusive or is it a time exclusive? I'm thinking time exclusive.
It may not be. It may just be something where like Sony paid to release it at their press conference or something. Because like Xbox, that happens, like that's a pretty common thing to happen. But
yeah,
I was trying to think. They didn't show any gameplay or anything. I had something in my brain, dude. This is the bad part about playing a game while I'm doing this. Is like,
right.
I keep thinking about like little things that I want to say. Maybe I should stop.
Well, you get your self together there. As soon as I saw it, I messaged my one buddy. He's a big Star Wars fan, and all that. And I'm like, dude, KOTOR. And he's sitting there. He's like, I finally have a reason to get a PS5.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of people's reason to get it, honestly, because it's gonna be like a true remake.
Yeah.
So what I was gonna say was like, I'm actually surprised that this is a thing that even came to fruition because like Disney wants nothing to do with like that time period, kind of, and they like really don't consider it canon, which is kind of stupid. But I guess they are now because they're making a game or they're remaking a game. Like the second that they accept it and they remake the game, like I would think that they would accept it as canon now, but I don't know.
Right. After that, we got, I forgot what they showed next. It wasn't that throwing to me. Oh, then we got Alan Wake, which we knew was coming.
Yeah, we got that released like a day or two before this happened, or
a
day before,
which is cool.
Or something. Yeah.
It's the first time it's going to be on PlayStation, and now it'll actually go with my Control Platinum because they're set in the same universe.
Hell yeah.
And that was kind of cool. Then they show like Deathloop, blah blah blah. I don't really care about Deathloop. That game's been drawn out so fucking long now.
Yeah.
We got some weird shit. Forsaken looks freaking awesome.
Yeah, I've been watching gameplay.
Or Forspoken.
Yeah,
Forspoken, yeah.
Yeah, I've been watching, like, not necessarily gameplay, but I've been, like, watching stuff about it. Like, a few of the stuff they put out, and it definitely looks very interesting.
Yeah. Gran Turismo 7, March 2022. That's more up your alley right there, Snickle.
Yeah. We kind of already know it was coming, but yeah.
Yeah. GTA 5 Enhanced Edition for the PS5 has been delayed. Oh no. Uncharted Legacy of Thieves. I kind of saw this coming.
I didn't see this coming per se, but I'm not gonna say I'm not surprised, but also like
I don't really care.
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't really care, but like why?
Because
right.
Why?
The only reason, and I talked about this on stream, the only way that I will like this is if they put it out. It clearly, obviously has a new trophy list, and they go the route that they did with like Uncharted 1 through 3 on the PS5, where they put it out and it's like a whole, basically like not the whole list is new, but like it adds new DLC and new challenging things to it.
Yes, I agree. 100% with that. Yeah, I was like, they're just doing it because of the PC import.
Yeah,
that's the only reason why. Which is fine. Go ahead, let people play. That game's been out for how long now?
2015, I think it came out.
Yeah, then we saw some other little games and all that I didn't really care about. And then we went to Herman Hulst. And then it just went banger exclusive after banger exclusive. First, we started off with Marvel's Wolverine. Yeah. Holy crap. I thought that was Spider-Man at first. And then it's like, oh, Marvel's Wolverine. Holy crap. Insomniac.
Insomniac, I was like, they're in deep now.
I'm like, holy crap. So it's going to be set in the same universe then, or it can be, as Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You know, so that I can't wait to see more of. And then then he did Gran Turismo 7, and then it went to like New York City, and you see somebody hit a light pole and all that, and you see two Spider-Mans fighting like side by side. And I'm like, no way, Spider-Man 2, you get Venom. And then Insomniac, I swear, Insomniac is on some crack.
Yeah, they're cracked out right now.
Holy crap! Because you think about it, they put out Miles Morales, right?
Mm-hmm.
We had the PS5 remaster of Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Marvel Spider-Man. We got Ratchet and Clank from them, and now we're getting 2 more games already within the first, 3 years?
Yeah,
2 years of the PS5 being out?
Yeah, they're cracked out. I mean, we already knew Spider-Man 2 was coming ever since like the first one came out, but I don't think anyone
think this soon.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't think people were expecting there to be like a remaster of the first one on the 5.
Right.
So, I mean, that was definitely like not expected, I don't think.
No. So that was really cool. I text my one buddy, the same one for KOTOR. I'm like, dude, we're getting a Wolverine game. He's like, well, that's kind of a hard character to do than Spider-Man. I'm like, yeah, but it's made by the same people who did Spider-Man. He's like, well, I have more hope for it. Then I'm like, yeah, same here, because of Insomniac. They've proven themselves that they could do this.
Have you played X-Men Origins Wolverine? Come on now. It can be done.
Hell yeah. But you know what? I'm really happy about that. And then they ended it. Like, I was surprised we didn't see nothing for Horizon Zero Dawn. Or Forbidden West. I was kind of shocked about that, actually. Going back to Alan Wake real quick. The one rumor was that Alan Wake was going to be a PlayStation Plus game for October.
Wait, no.
Yeah, that was one rumor going around that's going to be the Plus game for the PS5.
I don't know if I believe all that.
No, I don't believe that. They would have said it then.
Yeah.
So that one I don't believe. I don't care. I'll still pick up Alan Wake. And then we end with God of War Ragnarok. I'm very excited for that because I am a big God of War fan.
Yeah.
So,
yep. I will be buying that day one. That'll be a day one buy and play for me.
Oh hell yeah! And you don't do that often. The last one you did that was Resident Evil.
Yeah.
So, no, that looks really good. I hope it's the same voice actor for Atreus. Maybe I'm hoping it's still him because I like him. I just like when they keep the same people anyway.
Yeah, I mean they probably will because they could probably like progress the narrative the same amount of time. So like the voice wise, it would make sense for him to be the same.
Exactly. Like, oh, he hit puberty, you know?
Yeah, or he
And
hits
that's why
puberty
everybody's sitting there
mid.
like, man, that our boy hit puberty.
Yeah, or he hits puberty like midway through the game because he does in real life. That shit would be funny.
Yeah. But they're talking like, and like they showed like full towns of like people too. And like and some of the stuff, and I'm like, all right, this is gonna be good. I'm like, I can't stand people are bitching because they put out like still pictures of what the new characters are gonna look like, and people are making fun of Thor, how he looks fat. And somebody's like, no, they're like, no, that's how. Look at what is it? Like World's Strongest Men. Like they're
Yeah,
not like ripped. They're big guys. They got fat, but they're muscle.
yeah.
You know,
That's
no,
typically how they are. I mean,
right,
if anybody lifts weights, like, and you know about like wanting to have muscle, like, part of that is like basically like eating carbs and shit, like just eating so much like protein, carbs, like to help yourself build those muscles. And the downfall of that is, you know, sometimes you get a little stummy on you, but
right.
it's just how it is. People who like get like super ripped like that is like, I don't know, they fucking cracked out or something.
Right. Oh yeah, that's right. They showed Rainbow Six Extraction, which we knew about. Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, which is a spinoff of Borderlands, so I'll buy that, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Ghostwire Tokyo, that looks fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, I don't know yet.
Yeah.
That Blood Hunt game, I was watching somebody stream that yesterday, and that looks actually, I don't know yet.
It's like a hit or miss type thing.
Yeah. I like to see it when it's not out, but big takeaways for me for this event was KOTOR, of course, Wolverine, Spider-Man 2, which isn't coming out till 2023, and God of War 2. So I think we're going to get Horizon. Horizon's going to be early next year, and then I think God of War is going to end it next year for Sony.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think, yeah, God of War, the first one came out in fall, right?
No, last one.
Yeah, 2018.
No, it came. No, that came out like early.
Did it in March?
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Because
Okay.
Spider-Man came out that year in
Okay.
September.
Okay, that makes sense.
So, yeah. So I think we're gonna get Horizon for the early time, and then we're gonna get God of War to end the year, like September, October, maybe November.
It's still like
I'm thinking.
I'm still a little frustrated that like Sony isn't going, and I know why they're not, but like it is frustrating me that they're not going exclusively PS5 for a lot of these games. Especially since last week they announced the whole like PS5, like different PS5 version to use different materials and stuff so that they could actually make it.
Right.
I don't know, man. It's just there's no, again, I mean, KOTOR, you have a few games, but like there's really no reason to have a PS5. Sadly.
No. Not yet, at least.
Yeah.
Um.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the things I'm looking forward to from this are obviously God of War.
Oh yeah.
Looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to GT7. I mean, it's just a racing game. I am looking forward to it, but like, you know, it is what it is. KOTOR, obviously, and then I am intrigued to see where this Wolverine game goes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And some people, and I kind of felt, I heard somebody else mention this, and I felt like Sony held back a little bit too with this event. I think they have a lot more that's down in the pipeline because there's still quite a more studios that we don't know about what they're working on.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
I guess they don't want to do everything at once, but
no, they don't pull Microsoft.
this is what we have, and it's literally everything.
Yeah.
So
because that's what Microsoft's good for. They'll shoot their whole load and then they can't come out with it at the end. You know.
Premature.
Yeah. Man.
So yeah, I mean, it was definitely a good event. I'm looking forward to everything. I think the two things that really irritated me, and you were probably gonna get at them, is the first thing that's irritating is something simple. not really irritating, but it's kind of funny that GTA 5 got delayed on the PS5. I don't know if you went and like watched the trailer for it, but it got like mass dislike bombed.
No.
Yeah, and then there's a bunch of people online that are basically saying like, "Oh, GTA 5 Enhanced Edition on the PS5 got delayed, but it literally looks like the PS4 version."
Damn.
Like it looks exactly the same.
I blame that's Rockstar's fault. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
they've been goofing up, man.
Oh yeah, I agree.
So, but the other thing I was gonna say was mainly God of War was like people ragging on the whole like Thor thing.
Yeah.
And then like what came out of it was basically like Xbox people like the whole like fanboy bullshit coming back out, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you're exclusive. Look at your exclusive. It's like, bro, like what? I don't understand why people have to do this type of shit. Like, you're literally like fighting over a piece of plastic. Like,
right. Yeah. Like yeah, they're sitting there. Oh, you know, before, yeah, they're like, oh, Bethesda, all the games are exclusive to just deal with it. But now when they get like a Marvel game, this is bullshit. How the hell does this happen?
Yeah.
Dude, it's the same thing.
Well, that's like what makes me laugh about like people who like about like the whole like console, like I don't want to say console war shit, but like people who do like this shit. Cause it's like, again, it's like you want to sit there and be like, oh, we get every Bethesda game now. You don't get shit, blah, 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 blah. But then the second, like, anything.
We get Marvel.
Yeah, we get Marvel. You know, who knows? Maybe KOTOR will be a timed exclusive. Who knows? Like, we get that.
Really
like,
piss them off.
Yeah, it's like, and then they're like, oh, well, that's not fair. How come you get all the exclusives and me? Bro, you literally were just, like, you were just trying to rip people an asshole, like, months ago because your company bought another company that, like, Microsoft. Let me take a step back. Xbox, the Xbox division of Microsoft, could not afford to buy Bethesda. They had to use daddy's money to buy Bethesda.
There you go. That's the perfect way to put this.
And then you were sitting there saying, like, that's like your parents giving you like a Ferrari, and then you're trying to like flex on people, like, oh, look at me, I'm so cool. Bro, you're not cool. Like, your dad bought that for you. You're not cool.
Right.
You're not anybody cool. Like,
right.
You bought Bethesda, like they bought Bethesda. You guys wanted to say, well, sorry, man, you want to play Bethesda games, you got to buy an Xbox, sorry. But the second that anything Marvel related happens on the PlayStation, it's a big hissy fit. Well, what, you get Marvel? Well, sorry, guess what, pal? You want to play Marvel?
Yeah, buy a PlayStation.
Gotta buy a PlayStation. Like, that's how it be.
Because it has been confirmed by Insomniac that these are both Marvel games are PS5 only.
Yeah.
And then another thing that came up, like today, Insomniac, you know, PlayStation's still talking about their event. Usually what happens when an event happens, they talk about it over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
They put out a tweet. I checked on the tweet because my phone went off. I'm like, oh, cool, I'll check this out. That tweet was out for 52 seconds. The first 6 posts I see were Xbox is better, Xbox is better, Xbox is better exclusives, Xbox, and somebody literally put down in there, it's like, the only reason Xbox is something is because they're owned by Microsoft.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and somebody's like, yeah. And they're like, and he's like, and you can't say you have exclusives. Well, we got all these exclusives coming out. That don't count until that game is on the shelf. I'm sorry, I do not believe in Microsoft anymore when it comes to that now.
No,
they screwed you guys over so much with that.
Like, Microsoft has, like, a few exclusives, right? And the funny thing is, the exclusives that they have are, like, franchises that have been around for, like, ever. And I'm not saying,
well,
like...
they're getting Indiana Jones, you know?
Yeah, and I'm not saying Sony's any better, right? Like, you're talking about Ratchet and Clank and Gran Turismo. They've been around since the age of time. But, like...
Right.
I don't know, dude. It's just so funny. Like, I just laugh at these people who, first of all, like, care this much. Like, you're literally crying over... a console. Like, these companies don't give a fuck about you. Like, why are you fanboying? Like, they do not care. They just want your cash. Like, they don't care about any of that shit. Like, but yeah, like, I don't know. It's just, I swear to God, these people don't use their brains because again, these people that are crying, BS are the same people that are saying that, Xbox has better exclusives. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Bro, you have no reason. There's no reason to buy an Xbox. Like,
No.
I mean, I'm not saying there's any reason to buy a PlayStation 5 because there isn't, but like, give it a year or two and there will be. Will the same thing be said about Xbox? I mean, I don't know.
Right,
Not that I've seen.
You just get a game PC and you're fine.
Yeah.
When it comes to Xbox.
Exactly. That's what it comes down to. You don't even need an Xbox. Just have a good PC. But
yeah, and Xbox exclusives aren't that shit to talk about. The last good exclusive they had was Flight Simulator and Battletoads.
Yeah, so I wouldn't say you guys are riding the A train right now, but maybe.
No. Like at least Sony's put out Ratchet and Clank and Returnal for the PS5.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, but to me, your first year is never that big when it comes to a new console, anyway.
No, you can't really. I mean, you should have some games when the launch happens, but like,
yeah,
you're not gonna have a library when the launch happens. So,
oh no, like yeah, they released with PlayStation or Astro's Playroom and Miles Morales and Demon Souls. So, but still.
Yeah, I mean, it just the whole thing makes me laugh all the time.
Oh yeah. But that was basically the PlayStation Showcase, and I enjoyed it. I am hyped for a lot of these games.
Yeah, I am as well. I need to get around to playing Spider-Man, man.
I got to get around to doing all the God of Wars. I might this account now.
You should. I mean, it's not that hard to do.
Oh no, I'll do it. Right now, let's get Max Payne done, and then I think I'll go back to like. I'll do Battlefield with cats and all them, but I think God of War will be the main topic here for me.
Yeah, it's a. I have all the God of Wars done. Like, I have. Let me go back. Let me look real quick, just so I don't misinform anybody. I obviously have 2018 done. I have God of War 1 and 2 done. The ports.
Okay.
I have 3 done on the PS3. I have Ascension done. I have Olympus, Chains of Olympus, and Ghost of Sparta done. So I basically have all of them done, like each version, right? As you would say. I would like to go back and like play the stacks as well, because those games are so good, man. Like, so good. I could play them over and over again so many times. So I want to go back and play like the Vita version of like 1 and 2 and then 3 remastered at some point, just because like they're just so fucking good. But yeah, I mean, the thing with them is they're not hard. Like,
no,
they're not difficult, and like honestly, you can do like 2 a week if you really want to. Like, if you have a lot of time, you can do like 2 of these games in a week. Like, I made God of War 2. I made guides for it, and I got it done in 2.5 days, basically.
See,
that was fully making guides.
Ascension can be dumb, but that's really it.
Yeah, it's a bit long. It's a bit,
but that's because it's not like a regular hack and slash, so like the other God of War, so it's completely different.
Yeah, I kind of like Ascension. I know a lot of people shit on it, but I kind of like it.
I don't mind it.
It's interesting.
My problem was I played it when I played it on Now, so I was using that internet connection, and that didn't help me out, Chief.
Yeah, that ain't gonna help you when you gotta time things and shit like that. That ain't it.
I do have a physical now, so I'll just play a physical when I do it this time.
So, I mean, I'm looking forward to all these games, and like you said, Brian, very rare that I buy a game new and play it. Well, very rare that I play a new game. I will buy a new game, but I won't, necessarily play it. But yeah, God of War, I'm definitely buying God of War day one and playing it. Wolverine, maybe, I don't know. So
Spider-Man 2, definitely.
KOTOR, definitely day one buy. Oh,
I don't believe that you'll buy a game day one and play it, Snickle, anymore.
It's Waves. Waves, listen, don't come in here and start roasting. Are you? By the way, are you recording?
That's a no.
Oh, waves.
Man, you're ruining
Sorry.
it.
It's alright.
You better get it up and running. No, listen, I did play the last game I played new. I've played 2 games new this year. I played RE8 and I played Valhalla, I think. And Marvel's
Valhalla was last
Avengers.
year.
Well, was it?
Yeah.
Well, I played the DLC. You get what I'm getting
Well,
at.
that don't count. That's not a full game.
I played it when it came out, you know?
Does RE8 really count though? You know, like.
What do you mean, does it really count?
I'm just saying, like, I feel like it doesn't count.
Bro, the game came out on May 7th and I played it on May 10th because I wasn't home.
It doesn't count because I say it doesn't count. That's why.
That's not
Damn.
fair.
What are y'all talking about? The showcase?
Yeah, you want to give your input since you're here now?
The showcase. I like the showcase. I know some people were like, "Oh, I already knew about these games," but like there were leaks before, so now they're like actually shown. I think the most hype thing I'm hyped for is KOTOR, just knowing that it's real now. And
like we said that in here earlier. Like we talked about KOTOR like being a leak like months ago, you know, but we didn't know if it was true or not. We just took it for great assault.
I just want to talk about what the fuck are they feeding Insomniac games?
Crack.
These people live up to their name. They don't sleep.
Right?
They're cranking out games left and right.
That's what I said. I was like, if you look at it, when the PS5 came out, we got Miles Morales, Spider-Man Remastered, Ratchet and Clank, and now we got 2 more games coming out.
Like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Like, well, I understand one's a remaster, so it's not that bad, but still, that counts.
Then, God of War Ragnarok looks more fun than the original God of War, so I'm excited to play that.
I like the first God of War, so...
I liked it, but I just felt like its combat was lacking, and it looks like they're...
Well, we do have a different director this time, too.
God of War,
yeah, I saw that.
God of War 2018 was that game where, like, I saw the combat change, and I was like, the fuck is this? Like, what is this? And then, like, each time I watched stuff on it, I was like, this combat looks like trash. Like, how do you go from, like, a hack and slash, like they were doing before, to, like, this, like, almost, like, methodical combat where you can't really, like, button mash, more or less. I mean, you can, but not, like, as hard as in, like, the other God of Wars. And then I played it, and I was like, this ain't bad.
Right.
Like, overall, it's fine, but I just felt like it was lacking.
See,
it was very much like R2 and then just hit them with R1 while they're like in the air.
Yeah.
And while you wait for your cooldowns to happen. With this one, it looks like a lot more like there's that one part in the trailer where he like throws him in the air and then he pulls himself up in the air, and I'm guessing like you can do I'm guessing they're bringing back like air combos, which is gonna be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
And it just the combat in general just looks like it's advanced so much more, and I'm like excited to play that.
Well, I think the difference
God
was like the first ones were like very like not realistic, and like they were trying to go for like a more realistic feeling, like grounded gameplay. But like again, like, and we've talked about it before, like games. Why can't games not be games? And it's almost like it's like a shift of that in a way where they kind of realize that, like. God of War 2018, you would never see air combos because, like, yeah, Kratos can throw someone across the earth, but like, is he gonna jump up there with them? Probably not. Like, he might throw his back out if he does that, but like, maybe now he is.
I want to see Kratos throw somebody up, like to all the way up in the air, jump up there with them, powerbomb him, but tell him a dad joke when he lands.
God of War Ragnarok just looks. I said that all weird. Just looks great, and I want to play it.
Yeah, I want Kratos to pile drive somebody through the ground.
And all the rest of their bodies just hanging out, just their skulls in the ground.
Yeah, I want to see that. Can that be a combo? The pile driver.
Man, we're going anime on this thing now.
Spider-Man 2 looks cool. Do you guys know who's voicing Venom in it?
No.
It's the original Candyman. If you guys know about that movie, yeah.
Holy shit, that's badass.
And I think the biggest surprise from the conference was the Wolverine game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Or not conference, but the showcase. Because I never heard anyone there was probably a leak somewhere, but I never heard anything about a Wolverine game being announced or
Right.
had a Wolverine game being in the works.
Yeah.
I just hope they make it more hack and slash and less open world or whatever.
I agree.
Because if it's like X-Men Origins, I'm down.
The only thing I would say with that is maybe X-Men Origins, but make the combat more Arkham-y like they did with Spider-Man.
No, I want X-Men Origins or combat. There's already too many like Arkham-y games.
Bro, but like, I don't know. I mean, I guess it ain't bad. They can just remaster that game. That's all you gotta do.
No. No.
Oh,
But
never mind.
Wolverine's cool
They're-
looking.
If you think about it, Insomniac's actually building up for like their own multiverse.
I
now.
think Wolverine. I think they've confirmed that Wolverine is in the same universe as Marvel's Spider-Man,
Which makes sense.
which like begs the question: is Avengers and that new Guardians of the Galaxy game going to be in the same universe or not?
Well, that's Square Enix for the
Well, that's why I'm like curious, right? Because like they mentioned the Avengers in Spider-Man 1,
yeah.
so they exist in the universe.
And they mentioned Doctor Strange. They also mentioned Daredevil. So,
Yeah, they mentioned a bunch of people, but I'm just saying like from the games that are out now.
Oh yeah, I get what you mean.
The Uncharted Legacy of Thieves thing, I was just like, why?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I guess cool, it's on PC now, but like,
that's it.
let's put a 60 FPS update out. Like,
Yeah, I mean, the only way, like I said to Brian, the only way I find that being something interesting is purely from a trophy list perspective if they do something like they did with the original trilogy, where they add DLC trophies. Because I heard that they're taking the multiplayer out, at least of Uncharted 4. So if they add like DLC trophies that are like, additional difficulties or challenges or, anything, I would be... It would more incline me to play it.
all I know is the PS5 version is being worked on by Naughty Dog, and the PC version, I think this is... Remember that studio that Sony bought, and their whole thing was PC games or whatever?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Reporting PC. I think this is their first project under Sony. So
Makes sense. Well, we had that one rumor that one studio was working on a Uncharted game too. So I was telling Snickle earlier that it feels like Sony held back a little bit too with this event. I think there's a lot more in the works than what we.
I don't think so, but
No.
I mean, yeah, there's definitely like a lot more in the works, but I think they shot out a lot.
Oh yeah, they shot out
Like,
a lot, but I don't
KOTOR
think...
being a PS5 exclusive is like crazy. to
Now
me.
is that confirmed?
Yeah, that's confirmed. PS5 and PC.
Holy shit!
I even
I
got like
wasn't
an
sure.
email. I even got an email from like Asper where they were like only on PS5 and PC. So that's crazy
Oh.
that they were able to get that.
They got that. They got that Disney money. Yeah, fuck
They're
your,
still.
fuck your
the-
Microsoft money.
Yeah.
The crazy thing to me is that Marvel is still like going with Sony with games like like Spider-Man sold well, and that's definitely why they're going with them. But I would have just thought they would want more multi-platform games, and Wolverine being under Sony's umbrella is definitely not going to be multi-platform.
no,
Like I know with Indiana Jones, there's like some like level of questioning of whether or not it's going to be multi-platform, and we
Right.
won't know for a while.
Insomniac Arts has already confirmed that Wolverine is PlayStation exclusive.
Yeah, so that's why I'm just surprised that they're still going with them, and obviously I'm excited for it because Insomniac's a great developer. But
Oh yeah,
but that's crazy. I don't care about GT7.
No.
Just gonna give me
that's
depression
that's
like
probably
that, huh?
Snickles' thing.
Forspoken. A hype for.
Forspoken looks great. The audio's on the audio. The dialogue's pretty cringe. You know
Yeah,
what was working on
it's
Forspoken?
Who?
Gary Whitta, the Star Wars Rogue One guy,
Oh,
who wrote the
really?
script for that, and Amy Hennig.
Oh, interesting.
So that's pretty cool. I see that the FF15 developer is finally making a good game. So And then what else did they show?
I don't know. I think you got it all. I mean, there was
Yeah,
like little
all?
things. There was little things here and there, but
yeah, Deathloop.
Like, can
Tiny
we just
Tina
talk about
thing.
GTA 5?
what? That it's a PS4 game, basically.
Why are they fucking putting that game on? Why would you announce that at a fucking showcase? Like,
Well, it was
Oh
funny.
my
Andrew
God.
Andrew sent me a thing, and like at first I was like, oh damn! It was like GTA. It was like Rockstar announces partnership with Sony or something like that, and I was like, huh? And then it was like GTA 5 Enhanced Edition, and then it was like, it went down the list, and it was like, GTA Trilogy Remake, and I was like, okay. And then like, here, let me see if I can find the picture again. This shit was
yeah, it was
so funny.
I remember it, the meme picture you sent.
Yeah,
where
let
it's
me-
like GTA 7 announced as a PS exclusive and all that.
Let me find this shit because this shit was funny. It said so. It was oh, where did he send this shit, dude?
Isn't the
Oh, here it is. It's right here. So it says, well, let me open it in here. So it says, so there's 11 steps to it.
Oh, jeez.
Step 1, Jim Ryan announces PlayStation and Rockstar Games partnership. Okay, I mean like a stretch, but I could believe it. Then it's number 2.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Number 2, GTA 5 expanded and enhanced. Okay, that's something we already knew was coming. Number 3, GTA Trilogy Remake. Again, something that has been like leaked pretty hard that like is probably going to come out at some point, but cool. Then number 4 is GTA 4, the complete edition. And that made me think like I at this point I was like, that would be dope. Like I've been asking for like a remake or like a remastered GTA 4 cuz like I would love to play that game again and I may just do it because. But now it starts getting crazy. Then it says GTA 6, GTA 4 expanded and enhanced, Bully 2, Max Payne 4, Blue Box Game Studios announces GTA 7, GTA 6 Red Dead 2 DLC, God of Epsilon Ragnarok.
There was a bunch of those coming out around the time.
Oh, yeah.
It was pretty funny.
But like it started and I was like, this I could get behind this. And then like as I'm going down, I'm like, what the fuck is happening here? This ain't right.
Oh, and that Project Eve game they showed was pretty cool. Looked pretty Devil May Cry, so I'm down.
Yeah, that's more for you. It
I'm
looked
down for
cool,
that.
but not for me.
Mhm.
Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, I could care less, but
see,
I know
that's
that's
more
for
for
Brian.
me.
That Alan Wake remaster, which by the way already looks worse than the original, but at least it's finally on PlayStation.
Chill.
Did you hear the one rumor for that, Waves?
What is it?
The rumor was it was going to be the PlayStation Plus 5 game for October.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've always wanted to play the Alan Wake games, but the remaster, like, it looks like they kind of fucked
Well, you have to
up,
play
so.
it. It goes with the control now. They're in the same universe.
Oh.
Well, Waves,
Let's not talk about control.
get to it.
I know Brian's gonna buy this game, but like Guardians of the Galaxy just does not look fun.
I'm
at
going to wait
all.
for a sale for that one. I'm not going to buy that
Oh,
day
okay.
one.
That game just does not look fun at all.
Well, it looked good when we first saw it, remember? And then at E3, and then as the video continued, like, all right, yeah, I'm going to wait on that.
Well,
It just
as it always happens, usually.
Deathloop
I'm
comes out.
sick of Deathloop.
I'm so tired of how many Deathloop like ads I get on the daily now.
Right?
It's a ridiculous amount. Like, game looks cool and I'm down. I'm probably not gonna buy it on day one.
Yeah,
But-
trophyless hit for it.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
But like, y'all chill. I feel like I've been having this game marketed to me since last year.
Because we have.
Facts.
Rainbow Six Extraction looks stupid.
Yep.
GTA 5 is stupid. Ghostwire Tokyo looks awesome.
Yes.
Then this game, I don't know what it was, the Kid Amnesia thing. All I know is Radiohead's working on it, and I was like, alright, looks cool. Do you guys remember that one? Oh, looks weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Vampire Masquerade Battle Royale game, I don't care.
I saw people playing it on Twitch last night, and it's I don't know yet.
I don't care for Battle Royale much.
Right.
The only one that kind of like caught my attention was that one that they gave for free on Plus a couple months ago. But like, I don't care. GT7, that's Snickles.
Was it? Wait, what was the one they gave away? Was it?
It was like Heroes Legends or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. Okay.
It looked kind of cool. And Tachia or whatever that one game was. I'm down for that game just because you get to pet a crab at the end. So.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
You get to pet a crab at the end.
I mean, why don't you do it in real life?
I don't live near a beach.
Right.
You could.
Why the hell would you want to pet a crab?
Why not?
They'll snap at you.
Not if you're nice to him.
The fuck they...
The only thing that kind of sucks, I guess, about this is there wasn't like a lot of release date stuff. It was just a lot of like in development stuff.
All right, don't be DSP here.
Well, no, did he say something like that?
Oh yeah, he's like, as a content creator for all these years, I don't get hyped for these because there's no dates for anything. And somebody's like, so somebody gave him a list of like all the dates. He's like, well, no, those are just seasonal things. Those don't mean nothing. Somebody's like, no, they actually gave like actual date. And he's like, well, only like Tiny Tina and all the games we knew about, not anything new. Wolverine, we didn't get a date. Spider-Man, we didn't get a date.
Bro, Wolverine was like the
up.
first ever announcement of it. Like, they're not
Right.
going to be like,
Well,
they're not going to put it out and then be like, coming whatever. If they put anything out and then it gets delayed, people bitch. So they might as well just not say anything.
Sony's learned from that.
There's truth to it, though. Honestly,
There is.
Like the fact that like some of these games got announced and we probably won't hear them for like 5 years from now.
It's not gonna be no
because
5 years.
When was like Spider-Man first announced?
Which one?
The first Spider-Man.
Maybe like 3 years before it came out. Like, it wasn't like crazy long.
Yeah, it wasn't crazy. God of War 2's only been in production probably for 3 years.
I mean, I remember seeing something for Spider-Man at like, I don't remember. I don't know if it was at E3 or what it was at. I remember seeing like that little clip that they did, but like it was not like it had to have been at max 3 years before the game came out.
Yeah, it's not no 5 years.
I'm just saying, like,
no, I know what you're saying. Though.
It's
like,
got me.
We
It's
may
got
not
me
see anything
excited
about Wolverine for like 4 years.
It's got me excited for the future of what I'm going to get on the PS5 because there's finally just PS5 games.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also like, why are you guys announcing these like 3 years before they come out? So, or 3 years before it gets close to even coming out.
Well,
so
right now we're going to see Horizon beginning of next year, which we know coming out on PS4, and God of War is going to be end of next year as well. I betcha. But that's also going to be end of PS4, which I hate. But
yeah, I really wish that they would do just PS5. Like, come on now.
Did you guys see all like the bitching around Ragnarok?
Yeah. About Thor.
Thor, and then some guy was like, look, they reused it was like the God of War Ragnarok looks like a shitty DLC for God of War 2018 because they reused like an animation for getting in the boat. Like shut up, dummy.
Probably,
like you don't know anything about game
some,
development.
Some Xbox fanboy that literally bought a refrigerator for his console and bought a console where it literally people didn't even know what the right one coming out was, so they bought the Series S.
Oh, yeah,
I'm over here fucking playing Yakuza where they're still reusing assets from the PS2 days. So.
Dude, and what does it matter if they reuse an animation? Like, are you really gonna fucking cry about reused assets? Shut the fuck up.
If anything, it's got me more excited because now they don't have to waste time making that stuff. So
yeah, well,
exactly.
Those people are the reason why we don't get games for like 10 fucking years, because God forbid you reuse any fucking asset from anything and people are gonna be like, they cry about it.
Mm-hmm.
I text my one buddy about the KOTOR, and he was all excited. He's like, now I got a reason for a PS5. I'm like, yeah, you're right. And then I text my other buddy about it, and he's like, I'm so happy. I love that all these games are getting remade. I'm like, dude, I'm getting sick of them. He's like, why? And like, because it's just taking the development away from brand new games.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, you wonder why they're slacking on that. I'm like, yeah, because they're putting all because they're taking the easy payday.
KOTOR, I don't care much for that they're remaking it because it's not like Asper makes new games.
Exactly.
Asper, this is like the first time Asper's making something from the ground up.
Yeah.
Right.
And because before this, all they did was just port games. So,
and if you think about it, Sony usually has like Bluepoint do like a lot of the remakes. So
yeah.
So to me,
I feel like now like remakes are just an inevitability, so might as well just enjoy them while they're out. You know.
I mean,
that's true.
I don't mind them for games when it's going to like almost update it. Like when the Mafia Definitive Edition came out, it was like a completely different like new game. Like yeah, it was the same narrative more or less, but like the game itself was like different. The way it looked, the way it played, everything. So
right,
I mean, it's not awful. I don't know. I'm in a love-hate relationship with remakes. Remasters, like they can fuck right on off, but like remakes, I'm in a love-hate relationship with them.
Like at this point, like there's no stopping it because like even if we stop buying it, it's not like everyone else is gonna stop buying it. And like it's cool to see Darth Revan and like cool new graphics or whatever.
Yeah.
So like might as well just enjoy it while we can.
Well, and again, like you're getting with a remake, you know, most of the times with a remake, you're getting, I don't want to say like a reimagining of a game because again, the narrative is typically the same, but like, you know, you're getting an updated game gameplay wise. And I think it does make it feel like a new game. So I don't know. Regardless, it's gonna be fun. So I'm looking forward to it.
Just because I got like excited by this, I tried like playing the original KOTOR on my PC for the first time in a while, and that game does not work anymore.
Yikes!
Like it crashes anytime I try to do anything.
So I guess you're waiting for the remake then.
I downloaded some stuff that will make it work, but I can't play it for other reasons, which I cannot talk about here. So.
Right. You're busy. That's all we're telling people. You're busy.
Yeah, I'm busy.
We don't even know what's going on. Well, let's just put it out there. We don't know what's going on. We just know he's busy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess that's my thoughts on the entire thing. I think the showcase overall was good. The middle like kind of lacked a little bit, but I think like the beginning and end were really good.
Oh yeah.
So. Also. I know I said I was done, but I just want to say the Spider-Man 2 kind of blue-balled me when it like first showed up on screen. Cause I saw the electric, and I was like, "Holy shit, it's Infamous!" and then no, it was Spider-Man.
I mean, it was an infamous blue ball.
Yeah.
And they didn't show the Marvel logo before. At least I don't remember seeing the Marvel logo before. Like if you go watch the trailer, yeah. So I saw the electricity and I was like, "Oh, fuck, it's Infamous."
They showed the Marvel logo for Wolverine at the beginning, but that's it. So they didn't show it for Spider-Man.
That's interesting.
No, it was more like, hey, it's more. I think that was more of a fact, like, hey, let's just do this, and people are gonna get fucking excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was an Infamous remake, though. I will agree with you on that. I saw electricity.
I wonder where that... Oh, yeah, well, I guess it came from Miles Morales, actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah.
So.
And then somebody's like, oh, it's Kraven. And I'm like, no. And then just like, dude, that's Kraven. I'm like, dude, that's fucking...
Well, at first I thought it was Kraven, and then I heard, like, where he said we. Yeah, and then I was like, oh, no, this is Venom. Yeah. Which Venom looks so good. Like, we've only seen his face, but he looks so good.
Like, I'm hyped for that. I really am.
So I'm excited. I'm excited for the future.
Hopefully there's a PS5 Spider-Man edition, or, like, console edition. I could put it next to my PS4 one.
Damn.
Just as long as it doesn't look like that.
No, you're
Black Ops 3 PS4.
No, they're not
Oh
gonna.
my god.
They're not gonna do the additions anymore. You're just gonna get your plates.
I'll take the plates. I don't give a fuck.
Watch the plates go away in like a few years, like it did with PS4.
Right.
Well, the thing with the PS4 was like it was only like a little sliver, right? Like you're on the PS5, like you're literally changing the whole
console.
the whole console's look.
I guess, yeah.
So
true.
I don't know.
Right.
I do think that the plates are going to go away eventually. Though you're not going to see shit about them.
I think there's already rumors about a pro version coming out. It's like people can't even get their hands on the original one. So
Yeah, I heard there was a rumor of like 2023 a pro version, but yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, dude, people can't even like get one as it is, and now you're talking about a pro version. Like,
I'm not gonna lie. If I can get a pro version, I will buy it. I'll just sell my PS5 to my one buddy, so he can have a PS5.
Well,
I mean,
like,
I'll for sure get a pro version. It's just like,
when
why make one if you can't even like get these out on the door?
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Like, you can't even like control your supplying like people for the original one. How the hell are you gonna get a pro one out?
Which I think I read somewhere that now it's gonna get worse because now there's like mining difficulties or something.
That's
for
wonderful.
certain parts.
Damn.
So.
Well, the pro version that I saw, it said 2023, and it was saying between $700 to $800.
Ain't bad.
I mean, you're gonna be at the end of the day, man. We're gonna be spending like a G on consoles at one point. Like, it's not even gonna be. I don't want to say it's not gonna be worth it, but
Parts are expensive.
yeah,
Right.
And like honestly, I think these like just the PS5 just to make is like $800. So
yeah, they're selling it at a loss, which we knew they would. So
Yeah.
they always do, though.
which is funny because a few years ago I think they said they weren't going to sell consoles at a loss anymore, and then they were like, oh shit, well I don't think anyone's going to want to buy this for $800.
yeah. Then the PS3 came out, and it was like $600 or whatever.
Yeah. Which is with inflation now, that's like what, $800, $900?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, bro. Yeah, good showcase.
Yeah, very good.
All right. So that was the PlayStation showcase.
Nice. Only on that one for 50 minutes, which
Did y'all talk
deserves
about? Did y'all
Huh?
talk about the Epic Game stuff yet?
No, we're about no, that's next.
Oh, okay, cool.
1 hour and 58 minutes.
Oh, I haven't been playing anything, and I haven't picked up anything. So,
All right.
Well, you've been playing Max Payne 3. That's about it.
well, I
Yeah.
played Max Payne 3 for a little bit.
I threw you out there since you did it to me last week.
Damn. Payback.
All right. Next topic. Epic Games actually wins a lawsuit against Apple.
I think no. So, isn't it the other way around?
Well,
They're technically both lost.
technically,
so-
Epic Games technically won because Apple lost that lawsuit.
So, like, I think Epic Games has to pay like a certain amount to Apple,
Mm.
but now Apple has to let other companies and stuff, let people buy it through a third party or whatever. So like now when you buy V-Bucks, you have to be able to buy it from Epic Games directly and not through the Apple Store, which
Oh,
is
makes
where
sense.
this whole thing started. Because Apple was forcing everyone to buy everything on the Apple Store.
Right.
Mhm.
So now with that, I think that's how the Apple gets most of their money, or it's like a huge chunk of their money. So now they're potentially going to lose billions. So
Oh well. But you
Interesting.
can't afford it. Yeah, but also Apple was refusing to put like the iOS out for certain ways because of Epic and all that. In 2020, Apple removed Fortnite from iOS Store after Epic offered its users a discount on V-Bucks if they purchased them outside the App Store. So, yeah. This was quickly followed by Epic filing a lawsuit against Apple. So, Epic filed a lawsuit and won against Apple. But good for you for taking on Apple. I guess
this is great because in my eyes, they both lost.
technically they did.
Because Epic lost a shit ton of money, and now Apple's losing a shit ton of money also. So fuck it.
Yeah, Apple. I mean, Apple was being kind of scummy about the whole situation.
Oh yeah,
So
they'll just sell more iPhones that
Yeah.
are the same. They'll be fine.
yeah, the Apple's so funny, man. But they'll put some,
Like,
some
I own
feature out, and they'll be
I own
like,
an iPhone.
"Yeah, I do too." I mean, I like it because it is so simple. But like, they
Mhm.
put a feature out like when they did wireless charging, and they were like, they tried to act like it was like the best thing. And I'm like, bro, Android has had that for like 5 years.
Years.
Like, ain't anything
Yeah.
fucking new. Like, you didn't reinvent the wheel here. It's already been here.
Yeah, Apple's always funny with that. And then like, I will give Apple their due. Like, they have really good shit for like computers and all that for like music and all, and like editing. But that's really it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as Waves put it, it's a loss for both sides, and Waves is happy, so that's all that matters.
My happiness is the only thing that matters.
Damn. Phew.
No, I'm kidding.
All right. On to our next
So,
one.
Hell yeah, we're
We-
gonna fly through these.
We kind of already talked about this, but
No, but it's funny to talk
a
about
way.
it again.
yeah. Basically, GTA players are unhappy because they're not getting shit out of their new game.
No, really?
Basically.
Who would have
Uh,
thought?
Yeah. I mean, the biggest thing that I've seen which makes me laugh is like people bitching. They're like, GTA 5 Enhanced Edition looks like GTA 5 on the PS4, and it's like, yeah, what did you expect? Like,
Right?
I don't know. I don't know why people are complaining, because like the only reason this shit's happening is because y'all motherfuckers keep buying it.
Right.
true.
Like there
Like-
hasn't been a single month since the game came out that it hasn't been on the top 10 list of every month.
Like, how much does Rockstar make off GTA line a quarter? Like $1 billion? or
Billions
something?
of dollars.
Right. Billions, right?
Yeah.
With a B.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's you people that keep doing this.
This game came out in 2013 also, so it's not like they can just add ray tracing like that, like it's nothing.
Yeah.
So,
And
like,
this game's going across, what, 3 platforms now? 3 generations?
Yeah.
this game
Oh
and
my
Skyrim will outlive every fucking game.
Oh, don't forget, we got the 20-year, 30-year anniversary of Skyrim coming out.
30-year
Jesus
anniversary.
Christ.
I'm waiting for that fucking day. I mean, with the way that Microsoft operate or Xbox operates, you know, we may never get a new Elder Scrolls game.
Oh, that's fine. It's exclusive for them anyway.
The
Oh, my
thing
dick.
that makes me laugh about this thing the most is like they're calling this the expanded enhanced edition or whatever, and it's like what the fuck are you enhancing? Like,
The shark cards.
oh, the price of them. It's just it's just funny because like the biggest, I would say going from the PS3 to PS4 was an enhancement because I'm pretty sure it went from 30 to 60 frames, which is like going to be the biggest enhancement that anyone sees. Like, other than that,
and
like,
they added the first person mode also.
yeah, exactly. They added the first person feature. Like Wave said, like they can't just go in and be like, oh, the box for ray tracing. Let me check that one off now. We'll put that one in this for like they can't do that. That's not how it works.
Ray tracing didn't even exist at the time.
Right.
Yeah. So like this game has already been expanded and enhanced as much as it can. Like,
I guess like the only way they can do, like the only real thing they can do now is like add 120 FPS if your monitor can support it.
Yeah, that's
Right.
true. That would be like the only thing. But the thing is, like, I don't give a shit about this, honestly. The only way I care about this is if this comes out and it sells for $70.
I hope it sells for $70 because it would be so funny and people would still buy it.
Well, yeah,
And then
people
they'll
are still gonna
bitch.
buy it, but like, I just wish, like, that's gonna be like the oh fuck, like if they actually sell it for 70, like I'm gonna be like, huh, the fuck is wrong with them? Like, what are they on?
Drugs.
Yeah, they're on the wrong type of crack. Insomniac's on the right crack. They're on the wrong.
Yeah.
But
It's not putting everybody to shame.
yeah, it's kind of funny. But yeah, I mean,
I hope Insomniac reuses like assets, like the entire city. Like, I hope they don't remake it every single time.
Right, reuse it, but
for, like,
I hope they
Spider-Man
add a
2.
little bit to the city, a little bit more.
Well, yeah,
But-
I hope they add like more detail and stuff with like the next gen stuff, but like I hope they don't waste their time like doing that so much that they
I hope
don't
they
flesh
add,
out like the gameplay a lot and stuff.
I hope they add like the expansion. No,
Oh, that would be cool.
yeah.
But yeah, please let GTA 5 die already.
Yeah, honestly, man. Like, I'm so
Also, is like GTA Online gonna be a separate like product now?
Probably.
Because that's what it kind of sounds like they're talking about.
I don't know. I mean, I do think it would be a good concept for them to have, but at the same time, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just wish like you said, Waves. I wish it would just die. Like, just let it, and not even die. Just let it be. Like, it's out. It's released. Let it be. Like, stop updating it. Stop doing, like, just stop and work on the next thing, or work on your work on your fucking remakes that you've been talking about that's been leaked. Like, put those out. Like, make a new fucking Midnight Club, because everybody that was a fan of Midnight Club before has been asking for it, and it's not like it's sold bad. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like this part of the article. At one point, the trailer boasts of seamless character switching, which is a feature that has been in GTA 5 since it was released back in 2013.
yeah, they try to act like it has like new features in it. It's like, bro, that's just been there since the game originally came out.
Ridiculous.
It's funny.
Yeah, it's hilarious. It's almost becoming a joke now. Like, that's how funny it is.
It's the new Deathloop. It's never coming out.
No, it's the new. It's been deemed the new Skyrim, man. This shit's coming out on every goddamn console.
Yeah.
Not the Switch though.
Nope.
Don't worry.
Not yet, at least.
It'll
Yeah,
get there.
exactly.
Give it some time. It'll get there.
It'll be on Cortana soon, or what is it?
What, Google's? I don't even
Alexa?
remember.
Yeah, Alexa. That's it. Yeah. Imagine Alexa like calling out the whole story of GTA.
Play that shit on my iPhone. Wouldn't be surprised if they do that at some point.
I wouldn't be surprised either.
All right, you want to get into this last topic here?
Hell yeah! And this is Wave's favorite topic, and I named it "Save Your Nuts."
I mean, I didn't really have anything around this. I just saw a game with a funny name, and I was like,
Well, we're gonna talk about it.
I don't know. I guess this can lead to why is there so much shit on the PlayStation Store?
Well, I'm gonna look at the names of these fucking trophies.
We were talking about it earlier, Waves, because I don't know if you were the other day when I was streaming, somebody mentioned it. Apparently the new trophy cap on the PS5 is 1,000 trophies.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
But my assumption is that like the point values can't be exceeded. So like you can't make a platinum that has or you can't make a base list that has 1,000 trophies in it. You'd have to do it through like DLC. But I just hope we don't get like shovelware that they have on Steam, where it's literally like games are made just to have. I mean, we're already getting games that are made just for easy platinums, but like games that like maximize it. But we haven't seen this, so hopefully it's something that isn't gone after.
Well, I kind of do. It
Because-
does go after, but just not with like easy trophy whore games.
Well, yeah, I would love to see it with like real games, but like I don't want Radalika to make a game and then put out like 100 DLCs that can all be done in 2 seconds. Like,
Yeah, but nobody's gonna buy those DLCs. You know that.
yeah, but the thing is if they're
You
easy,
say
people
that.
might start doing it. People might start
You
doing
say
it,
that.
Well,
especially
people only buy for the easy platinum. So.
especially if the DLC is free,
Well, no, charge $1 or $1.50 per.
or they charge like $20 for all of it. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I know people aren't about the DLCs, but if you had a game where you had 11 trophies in the platinum or 12 trophies in the platinum and you had 900 and something in through DLCs, I think people might buy the DLC at that point.
All right, here's a question for you guys: if it became the only game that ever had like 1,000 trophies, would you buy it just because it'll be the only one?
I would
Probably
probably
not.
I would probably buy it as the first one because again, it's like Mayo, right? Like it's an experience. It's if it's the first game that's gonna do it, maybe, but I don't know. I don't know. I may not because like if you Mayo at the time you didn't intentionally know it was gonna become a thing.
Right.
If you know that it's gonna intentionally become a thing and it's by like a company that already does it, like I don't know. I probably wouldn't actually.
I probably wouldn't just because it sounds tedious, and it's not like I already bought like the first game that had like a shit ton of trophies, so why start now?
Well, the tedious part don't bother me. I'm sitting here grinding max pain right now.
Yeah, same.
So
That's true.
the tedious part don't mean shit to me. It's
Well, and
more...
it wouldn't even be tedious because it would be on purpose. It would purposefully be fast and easy. Like
The only way I'd buy it is if it's a My Name is Mayo 3 and you get a trophy for every tap on the Mayo ball.
now
jar.
that's something I can get behind. Every 10 taps you get a trophy. I could do that.
No, because you said the cap was 1,000, right?
Yeah, so it's 10,000
So
taps.
just make it 1,000 taps.
Oh, well, they
every single tap is one trophy.
They typically do 10,000. That's why I was thinking 10. But yeah, if you do one tap, hell yeah. I'll turn my turbo controller on. That'll be the fastest 1,000 trophies I ever get in my life.
Well, technically, you only have to tap it 999 times because number 1,000 will be the platinum.
True.
This will also lead to did you guys see this like shitty looking game that Sony is marketing on their YouTube channel?
Which one?
It's called Tuesday Morning. Here, I'll message
Link
it to
it.
you guys.
Oh,
This game is like in one of the scenes is literally using like the squares that you get from the Unreal Engine.
oh, jeez. Alright, then I'm done with that.
Let me take a look at this.
The Death Stranding Director's Cut DLC hit, actually. Or,
Damn, they turned off comments on it. That's funny.
a Death Stranding Director's Cut. Trophy list it.
Are we talking like Gilson level here? Oh.
No.
No.
It's not, I wouldn't say it's that bad, but
I don't know, man. It's looking that bad. I mean, I guess the world is... What the fuck? What's the lighting in this thing?
the lighting does get like Gilson levels. But I guess people were shit talking it or something. They turned off like comments.
I can see why, but yeah.
I mean, it looks like shit, but it looks like something.
It's not as bad as like when Sony had Life of Black Tiger on there.
That
Oh, I
was
remember that.
hilarious.
Bro, the GTA 5 on PS5 has 85k dislikes.
Yeah, it got bombed.
Jesus. Here, let me add that. That's 85k and 1 dislike now.
How many likes does it have?
23k.
I don't know who's liking it.
I don't know.
The Deathloop trophy list came out, and
It doesn't look bad. Doesn't Kenya come out this... Bridge of Spirits come out this month, too?
I'm not sure.
That game I kind of want to play. Deathloop, I think I'll wait for a sale for. I'm not going to lie.
It looks fun.
It looks fun, but it's Bethesda game, so it's going to be broken as shit.
True.
But it's an arcane game, and those are never broken as shit.
That is true, too.
It's only Bethesda Game Studios games that are broken as shit.
Well, yeah. Okay, I see your point. Anyway.
Which means we're never gonna have another broken Bethesda game because they're never putting Bethesda Game Studios on console on our console anymore.
Hell yeah.
That's fine. We got Marvel.
I'll take that. We have Insomniac. I'll take that over Bethesda any day.
Fuck yeah. Man, we got Marvel and we got Star Wars.
We do have Star Wars now. That's crazy.
Yeah,
This is This is a crazy timeline we live in.
Right?
I never in my life would expect like a exclusive PlayStation Marvel Star Wars game.
Yeah. Like, I wasn't sure for sure that KOTOR was PS5 exclusive. Holy.
You know what's funny about that? I think
Huh.
KOTOR was an original Xbox exclusive and PC.
Yeah, it was. It was.
And now it's the other way around. The other thing that I kind of noticed recently, with the new Battlefield and the new Call of Duty, it's like Battlefield 1 and Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, but now the roles are reversed. Where like Battlefield is making a more futuristic type of shooter, and Call of Duty is making a World War II shooter, or historic shooter. I mean,
so it's back to the way it started.
People are liking Battlefield more again.
I don't know. That new Battlefield looks dope. I'm not gonna.
No,
lie.
it looks way better than the new Call of Duty. It's just funny because it's like the same thing all over again.
And see,
since when like Battlefield 1 and Call of Duty Infinite Warfare came out.
And since we're gonna be doing Battlefield like 3 with fucking cats, now I just want to do like the Battlefield series. Note on my list. I just can't do Hardline.
Yeah, which to be fair doesn't really like matter. So.
It's not a real Battlefield.
It's not a real Battlefield, so like what the fuck does matter? Dude, KOTOR. It's funny you mentioned that, Waves. I didn't even think about that it was like originally an Xbox exclusive, Xbox and PC. I played the fuck out of it on Xbox. But now
KOTOR was the first PC game I played.
Now it's like they played an Uno reverse card on them. Shit's kind of funny.
Which obviously at the time it was because the Xbox was just more powerful out of all.
Right.
So it was the only one that could play it. But it's just funny that now it's Uno reverse card.
Uno reverse card on them, dude. I will be buying that game day one and probably playing it because
I will be playing the fuck out of that game when it comes out.
I have a lot of nostalgia playing that.
It's like with Marvel for me, you can kind of hit and miss or whatever. But whenever it's Star Wars, I gotta play it.
No, I agree. I mean, I haven't played Fallen Order yet, which is like I kind of am mad at myself for. But yeah, I kind of agree with that.
Even though I didn't play Squadrons on day one, but we won't talk about it.
Hey, we're going to get to it at some point.
We bought it for you, too.
We going to get to it at some point. I bought Squadrons day one as well.
I bought it just to play with Waves.
We going to get to it at some point. Don't worry.
I'm waiting for us to play it, but, you know, I didn't foresee all these games going down.
Yeah, I didn't foresee having to do Max Payne 3.
Hey,
and all the Need for 25. Speed games. And GTA 5 on the PS3. I'm almost level 43 in Max Payne, by the way.
I think I think I'm around 20 something.
Yeah, I think you were 25 this morning when I checked.
It took me 2 hours to go up 3 levels.
Which I don't know if he listens to this, but shout out to Arkham for helping me get those levels.
He the homie.
Yeah. He the real one.
Yeah, so this Save the Nuts game. Back
Looks
to that.
stupid.
Oh, yeah. I forgot we're talking about that.
Like, I wish Sony would just stop with the shovelware games, in all honesty. Like, but I don't think they ever will because there's no loss for them. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
They're
don't making their money.
Yeah, they like regardless of if that game sells or not, like they don't lose money. Like those people are paying them to put it on the store probably. So like it's not like Sony's losing money from like putting shovelware on the store. It's just like it's kind of like a dignity thing more than a
I just
money.
feel like it's so hypocritical of them, honestly. Like there's that one Hajwala game or whatever that you had that doesn't even open.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, Cyberpunk was playable, at least. Like, you could get past the main menu. And they took it off the store. And I know that's more because people started asking for refunds. But they could have been, like, Microsoft and, like, been like, oh, if you played it for more than 1 hour, you can't get a refund or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like... So, Cyberpunk gets kicked off, but like all these like shitty shovelware games like get to stay on here.
Yeah, all because
Like,
you want
I feel like
all because you want to make a president here, but you're literally letting dog shit on the store that doesn't even run.
Right.
like where's the consistency? What do I know? What's bad and wrong? What's bad, what's wrong and right? I mean,
Yeah. Wait, back to KOTOR real quick. I know we're hopping around a lot. Apparently, you can, which I didn't even think about this. Apparently, you can play KOTOR on the Series S because of backwards compatibility.
oh wow.
So,
Well, they'll be able to play KOTOR one way.
they can play the original, and we get to play the remake.
With better graphics.
That's true. We don't get the original. So,
Yeah, I'll gladly
Do
take
you know
the
what?
remake. I will gladly
I
take
could play the original
on your
on my
PC.
Android phone.
You can play the
So-
original on your personal computer.
You play it on your personal computer, or play it on your Android phone. So
Well, there you go.
I don't know if it's on iOS. So
I don't know. I don't.
you could probably download an Xbox emulator and play it. I don't know.
I'm not a big
Probably could.
I'm not a big phone game player.
Yeah, I think I only got it because I got it for free. I think.
There you go.
I think I played it like once, and I was like, "Wow, playing on phone fucking sucks."
Yeah, it sucks. Big PP.
Oh, hell yeah.
What would be cool to see, which I don't think they're gonna do now that the remake's coming out, is if Asper also ported the original over to PS5 and 4.
The original what?
The original KOTOR.
Oh, okay.
Which I don't think is gonna happen because they're coming out with the remake. So
No, yeah.
that's
I don't
another
think so.
Xbox exclusive that they've lost also after losing the medium. So
Well, wasn't there talks about like a Force Unleashed 1 and 2 remake as well?
I've heard about that.
I could have swore I heard it, like maybe not a lot, but like I heard whispers of it.
I heard remasters. I never heard about a remake.
Oh, yeah.
But wait,
It's one of those.
I was telling Brian about this earlier. Like, this is what I don't understand about this whole KOTOR remake. Like, Disney disowns that entire time period. So the fact that they're remaking a game in that time period almost makes me think that, like, they're making it canon now.
Yeah, I think they're bringing it back. So, which, like, to me, all the old stuff is canon still.
Yeah, regardless.
Because, like, I just don't expect them to ever touch that. But if, like, KOTOR is canon, that would be awesome.
Well,
I
I would think if they're remaking it, it's kind of like they shouldn't have to say it. It should just be like this is canon now. Like, this is canon material.
Right.
I know now they're touching on, like, the High Republic, which is, like, not the Old Republic, but it's, like, a few years before the... Not a few years. I think it's, like, 100 years before...
The prequels.
The prequels.
Yeah, isn't that supposed to be like the next trilogy of movies? It's supposed to be like High Republic.
I'm not sure about that, but I know they're making a show that takes place during the High Republic.
I mean, there's just so much that you can expand on when it comes down to it. Like, and they focus each of the trilogies focuses, on such a tight timeline compared to the rest of the canon that's out there.
I'm sure we'll never hear about this, but I'm just curious how, like, the whole KOTOR deal went down, because I thought that it would never happen, because I thought it was just gonna be in, like, how, like, some things are just lost in limbo because nobody knows what owns what.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like, I thought maybe EA would have been like, oh no, BioWare made it, so we own it, and we don't let you make that. But EA has no involvement with this, so.
Well, I would assume that I would assume that I don't know, because LucasArts published it, so maybe they didn't. Maybe BioWare made it, but there was a contractual agreement that said, like, you're just making the game, you don't own the IP.
That could be possible.
I mean, they're not going to give them the IP, right? They're not going to give them the Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic IP. Like, so BioWare wouldn't own that IP, but I mean, you would think that they would own what they made. So I don't know. That is a good
so I'm
point. I didn't even think
curious.
about that.
And then, from what I understand, none of the original people are helping at all, which I kind of expected, because most of the people even at BioWare aren't even like some of the original Knights of the Old Republic people, so some of them haven't even worked on a Dragon Age game now, so so I wasn't expecting a lot of them to come back to Knights of the Old Republic, so I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. I'm looking forward to more information, and then honestly, like the KOTOR remake really wants me for like to make more Star Wars remakes, and like especially like KOTOR 2 obviously after the fact, but like you guys probably played it, but like Star Wars Episode 3, like those obscure games like that, like there's a few like remaking, I don't think it'll ever be done, but remaking like Battlefront 2, even Battlefront 1 and Battlefront 2 is like a combo pack. Again, I don't think it will ever be done remaking those because of EA's Battlefront 1 and 2, but I don't know. I think it would just be interesting.
I'm just happy that we're getting more Star Wars games.
I agree. I agree.
Because like when EA had it, I was expecting like maybe a new KOTOR game from BioWare. Like I was expecting Battlefront, which we did get from DICE, and I was just expecting more from them. And like we only got
3 games,
the 2 Battlefront and Jedi Fallen Order,
and Squadrons.
Squadrons, yeah. And we're not gonna count phone games because fuck the phone games.
Yeah, no.
But we only got 4 games, and like now I'm more excited because like it seems Disney's just fine with going with anyone as long as they're like a real developer.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for this, and it shows that they're also not afraid to do exclusives, which is awesome weird to me, but awesome to see.
They got a good. I think because they got a really good relationship with Sony though too. So
but they're not just doing it with Sony, which is the funny thing.
Well, yeah. Well, you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket though either when it comes to that. So
I'm still interested to see what comes out of the Ubisoft Star Wars game that was announced like months back.
Is that what's supposed to be open world? Right?
Yeah.
That was a rumor we heard, right?
I don't know. After Ubisoft's whole like we want to make more free to play, we want to make all our games free to play thing, I'm not excited for any Ubisoft stuff anymore.
Well, I mean, it could be interesting. I don't like that motto, but I'm not knocking them for it right now. Because we don't know what it could be. Because like we were talking about with like Assassin's Creed, like saying that they want to make it a games as a service, you know, it may be cool, but like Brian and I were talking about it, like with the new 1,000 trophy limit, you know, what if there's a base game and then like, you know, they put out big DLCs that are basically whole new storylines and they give you all new, like basically like 50 more trophies every time that DLC comes out or something.
Like every year or something, yeah.
Yeah, or every 6 months or whatever it is.
But like, then you only get 1 platinum though, and that's another thing that would be kind of sucky about it.
I mean, it would be annoying, but like it wouldn't be the end of the world. But
I've never had to platinum.
I'm not gonna knock on them until like we see kind of what they do and how they structure it. But
right, and that 1,000 trophy may never get hit. So
I'm more like interested to see what a Ubisoft Star Wars game would look like, but it's not something I'm excited for just because Ubisoft's output the last few years has not been to my liking. So
no, I mean I agree.
Okay, I can't hit you on that. So
I agree with you 100% there. So,
but now that we're getting exclusive Star Wars games, I'm wondering if they'll let like one of Sony's studios touch a Star Wars licensed games.
I don't know. They believe in or letting Insomniac touch Marvel, so and
yeah, but I'm guessing they're like different departments, right? Because there's Lucasfilm Games and there's Marvel's games, or whatever they're calling their thing. So I'm guessing Marvel's just fine with it. So we don't know what Lucasfilm is fine with.
Yeah, but it's still.
So I'm like curious, like, hey,
it's still they're a branch in the same tree, though. If you think about it.
Yeah, but like a lot of things can be under the same branch but work separately. You know what I mean?
That's very true.
So I'm curious. Like, will we ever see? We've been hearing Naughty Dog and Sony Santa Monica have been working on a space type game. So, what if those could be a Star Wars game? You know?
Yeah, it's a possibility.
Corey Barlog in charge of it? Hell yeah.
Yeah, he's making the Mandalorian game. You don't know?
Yeah, I bet he is. I saw that
That
months ago.
That would be awesome.
I saw that months ago. That dude loves to troll, but when he trolls, it's true.
See, like months ago, I would have been like, "Nah, it's not happening." But now with this, I'm curious.
Yeah, see,
Dude,
you're in my mindset.
And I've been saying it for like months. There's like from a game perspective, there's so many things you can do with Star Wars. So many things. And it would be easy to do them because they've been done, but like not in current generation. And I don't know. I just feel like it's such a lost opportunity. But again, with it being out there for everyone, anything's possible now. It's exciting.
The entire PS4 generation was a loss for Star Wars games.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But the PS5 generation, looking pretty spicy.
I mean, I would say even half of the PS3. I mean, we only got two. We got Force Unleashed 1 and 2, which good games, right? But like, and then we got what? Clone Wars, Republic Heroes. It's like the three Star Wars games we got on the PS3. So I mean, like, yeah, we got Force Unleashed, but like, I don't know if that makes it for that console, like for that generation.
But what about Star Wars Connect, Snickle?
I'm Han Solo. I'm Han Solo. I'm Han Solo.
No, yeah, but you're right. We lost out on 3 and 4. We gotta make it back with 5, guys.
Yeah, come on. Come on.
We can do it.
Come on, Mr. Disney.
Come on, Lucasfilm. Come on.
Come on, John Disney. We know you got it in you.
Come on, Mickey Mouse. Get it done.
We know you got that money, Mickey. Come on.
Give me my Star Wars game and make them gamey also, please.
Come on, Randy Marsh from South Park.
Because, like, I mean, I like Jedi Fallen Order, but I also want to have a game like Force Unleashed. So,
yeah, where you're just like balls to the wall, crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, the only thing I'm excited for by Ubisoft is I hope that they get to make the new South Park game because they did the last two. So,
I mean,
for Ubisoft, I'm more interested rather than excited because I'm interested to see how they're doing Assassin's Creed if it's still a single player game, which I think they've said they are, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see that, and I'm curious to see what a Ubisoft take on Star Wars is, because I doubt they can just do the usual Ubisoft formula of like put towers everywhere and stuff.
Well, I mean, they could, but like my worry with the Star Wars is that they'll take a planet like Tatooine or something and make it like the explorable planet. Like they'll take a planet that has like that's so desolate, and they'll be like, go ahead and explore. And it's like, bro, I don't want, like, I want to be on like Coruscant. Like I want to be dense in some fucking like urban spot. Like it's cool to have Tatooine and something like to go explore, but like I want to be in like some dense ass area too. Like
I want to be a worker on the Death Star.
Yeah, like I will find it very interesting to see what they do when it comes to exploration, because like I feel like there's a few things that they could do. I would love to see, like, do you guys remember Battlefront 3 when they talked about it and they were like, you can literally go from like space battles to like planet battles like in the same, and I was like, holy, like we don't even get that nowadays. Like, god damn, that shit was fucking mind blowing. Like something like that would be cool. Like being able to like, you know, fly out of the planet and then like if you have to go into light speed or whatever, you got to like connect your like speeder into one of those things to go, you know what I mean? So like you have that
you can do on the PSP games.
Yeah.
So
like, but like you get that like sense of like being able to, it's nice to fast travel, but like, I don't know. It's also nice to have like that sense of like being able to explore places and like all of that. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do, but if they're going to make it like they've made the last 3 Assassin's Creed games from like game structure, then like rest in peace.
Yeah. If it's like that, I'm probably not going to play it.
I mean, I'll still play it, but like it's going to be a slog. I mean, the only reason I'll play it is because it's Star Wars. That's that's the only reason I will go through. So
yeah, that's true. I'll probably still play it because it's Star Wars.
I mean, it's gonna be the only open world Star Wars game, made in the last 3 generations.
Yeah,
I think it's the only one.
It is. Yeah, it is. It's the only one in the last 3 generations, other than like, you know, the KOTOR remake coming out. But like we're talking like new game.
But those aren't really like
They're somewhat open world. I mean, they're not fully open world, but because they do block you off for like strategy purposes.
because like you can't go back like once you get done with the prologue Terrace, you can't go back to Terrace.
Yeah.
You know, so.
But they give you like that open world like feeling. This will be I guess this will be like the only like true open world game. Because like Jedi Fallen Order isn't even like, it's still linear because you go to the planet, right? But like the map is kind of open, but like you're stuck to that planet at that time.
And in that area.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. You can't explore the whole planet. So.
Yeah, so I mean it'll be a first for that. So I'm definitely intrigued for that, but
Yeah.
don't make fucking
That's
like
true.
don't make fucking Odyssey or Valhalla like huge ass maps that like you're just running around. And if you make
Right.
it, like give me a force ability that I can run like 10 times the speed I can run.
Just make it like that, you know, that ability in Shadow of Mordor and War.
Yeah, where you can like hop
Where,
over
like, if
things.
Yeah.
Yeah, or give
You
me
know
like a speeder or something. Like give me some faster way to get her. Like, don't get me wrong, the
Give me
horse.
force speed.
Yeah, the horses and stuff in like the Assassin's Creed games are cool, but like they're a pain in the ass. They're not like they're not fast enough to justify calling them every fucking time you need to use them. Like,
Let me play as Jar Jar and I'll be happy.
no.
What if they do that?
Darth
They
Jar
just make an
Jar.
open world game where you play as Jar Jar.
He's the true Sith Lord.
I would be like, this is the perfect embodiment of Ubisoft right here.
Fucking
Getting an amazing IP and making you play as the worst fucking person.
Character. The
Darth
most
fucking
hated
Jar
character. I would laugh. I'm not gonna lie.
I think for Disney products in general, we're living in a more exciting time when it comes
Yeah.
to just Disney products and video games.
no, I
Because
agree.
they're not just phone games anymore. So.
Well, I think the problem with Disney and like Star Wars was it was just riding off of what George Lucas had done before with the original trilogy and then the prequels, right? And there was no new content because it was like a transfer of ownership. And when you do that, you have to like then you basically have to like recreate things, the new stuff. So I think they were just when they acquired Star Wars, they were like in this lull of like, okay, we literally own this now, but like what do we do with it? But I think they're slowly figuring it out.
They're figuring out that they should have just looked at the expanded universe rather than like be like, oh, there's nothing we can get off of.
Well, it was like a perfect example of this was like when they made look at Battlefront 1 and Battlefront 2. When Battlefront 1 came out, you know, Disney apparently had a hard grasp on the content that was being put out, and it was only to be the original trilogy and then episode 7, right? I think.
Yeah.
That was all they wanted out. And then they put the second one out and they're like, fuck it, man. We're doing every arrow. Like we're doing all like, and it was like the best game ever because they like embraced it and they didn't try to like stranglehold it down to like one tiny little area. Like, so I don't know. They're definitely like figuring it out. I also remember Disney made a comment one time, like a while back where I think it was the reason why they like stopped making games like Pure and Split Second and stuff. And they basically were saying like, the video game like market is not worth it financially.
I think now they're seeing, because look how much gaming has grown in the last how many years, that it's worth it.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it's just like I guess like every Disney game just wasn't profitable. Like the Tron game, I don't think a lot of people bought.
Hell
and,
no, they're
what about
trash,
the
man.
shitty games.
Like the Pure and Split Seconds are like the only ones that I know people talk about in the way that they like them.
But like Pure is
But,
like Pure is like hit or miss, and like both of those games probably didn't sell good, and now Split Second is like a cult classic by people. So
Yeah. And then there's like the Epic Mickey games didn't sell well either. And then those are the only ones I can think about.
yeah, I mean, I think that they're starting to figure it out like in general with gaming, but definitely with like Star Wars too. Like, okay, like when they started like putting all that shit out about like all their new shows and everything, and then they made The Mandalorian, I was like, God, man, they're doing so many things right. Like, thank the fucking Lord.
I think it's because they're just letting their creators create again.
Yeah, true.
As opposed to like before where it was like Nah.
Stay.
You have to make it how we say.
Yeah, stay in this
So-
lane and don't ever fucking leave it. And if you do, like, see ya.
You're fired. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the Mandalorian was great because like they let Jon Favreau and what's his name?
Yeah, that guy.
I know who you're talking about. I can't remember his name.
You know who I'm talking about.
Mhm.
Cowboy Hat.
Yeah,
Man.
Dave
Yeah.
Filoni.
Dave Filoni. Yeah, George Lucas too, basically.
Yeah,
Um,
basically. They're re-embodying
Well, they're-
George Lucas.
They're just letting them create now. So
And Dave Filoni is, like, doing a lot of shit now. Like, a lot.
yeah, the Bad Batch was good. So.
Yeah.
I'm excited for Star Wars, but I'm always
Yes.
excited for Star Wars. So
It's a better time to be excited for Star Wars. Let's just put it that way.
I feel like it's like for video games in general, like we got a lot of Marvel and like Star Wars games on the PS2 and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but like a lot of them were definitely like shovelware, and then you'd have like your gems like Spider-Man 2
Mm-hmm.
and stuff,
Yep.
but like
For Spider-Man 2,
Now-
Spider-Man 2 was a mind blower because you went from Spider-Man 1 where you could only stay on the rooftops to now a game where, like, you could literally go anywhere. It was
And taking selfies with people.
yeah, I just remember playing it when I was a kid and I was like, "Holy fuck, like I could go on the ground, like this is crazy."
Yeah.
Like, oh my mind is blown.
and like now the difference from that era and now is like now you're having like critically acclaimed studios like working on these games. So like I would have never thought Insomniac would have worked on a Spider-Man game, let alone a Wolverine game,
Right. And make it good.
and make it good. And like
And that's not a shit on Insomniac either. Don't take it that way.
Mm.
so like it's just crazy. Like now it's a crazy time, like just for licensed games. Because
Mhm.
usually licensed game has like this like stink on it, you know.
Yeah,
You just kind of know it's gonna be bad.
they're just selling out the name to make a quick buck.
But like now we're getting like real games out of it, so
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
I'm excited.
It's a good time to be a gamer.
Now just make a good Need for Speed game.
That's not happening.
Yeah, I know.
Well, we got a new Avatar coming, don't forget, so.
Making you Metal Gear Rising, release Bayonetta 3 on every console. Make Devil May Cry 6. Make Dragon's Dogma 2.
Oh,
Make
Dragon's
Devil May Cry
Dogma
7.
2. Make Kingdoms
Make
of
Saw
Amalur
3.
2. Saw
Saw
3.
Also, wait, what?
Saw 3.
Oh, Saw 3. Yeah, make
Yeah.
Saw 3.
Kingdoms of Amalur
Um,
2.
Yes.
yeah, Kingdoms of Amalur 2.
We're asking for too much here.
Simpsons Hit 'em Run.
Simpsons Hit and Run 2 or remake.
Remake.
I'll take a remake.
Make a new Onimusha game.
Ooh,
It's been a
redo
shit ton
the
of years.
remake the whole Legacy of Kain series.
Oh yeah. Just give me anything Legacy of Kain, really.
Yes, I'll take Soul
Just
Reaver
anything.
too. I'll take Blood Omen too.
And bring back the old AC formula.
Bring back the old AC formula, and then we have a perfect industry.
Yeah.
Or at least gaming, gamer moments. You know.
And stop all the Battle Royale shit.
Yes, please. Does the Vampire the Masquerade really need a battle royale? Like,
No.
What do you mean? That's how you get Game of the Year content right there. What are you talking about?
yeah, that's why it has a mixed rating on Steam. I don't understand. Like, okay, obviously they're making battle royales because like they see the money that like Epic is making, right? But I feel like like these games where it's like Destiny and like battle royale and like stuff like that. These people are already locked into what they're gonna play, right?
Yeah.
And they're not gonna stray from that. Like, what's that game? Outriders or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That had a big, huge numbers when it first came out, but like now the number has dwindled because all of them are back on Destiny.
Well,
Mhm.
let that number
So,
dwindle
like-
because it makes it easier when we go for that shit.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just talking about game making wise. I just don't understand it.
Oh, and everybody play Predator Hunting Ground and don't finish it, please. Thank you.
Yeah, that shit's sub 2%, and it's gonna keep going. So do it up.
Yeah.
Play
Hey,
play
go
your
up.
PlayStation Plus games this month. Don't forget to
Yeah.
play your Plus games.
Me and Sickle One are ultra rare.
I mean, it's gonna stay ultra rare, but
What's the
Let's
What's the
make it
plus games for this month?
Predator's Hunting Ground,
Mm-hmm.
and that's all I know.
It's fuck. What is it? If when I see him, I'm gonna be like, "Yep." Hold on.
Overcooked.
Yeah, Overcooked.
Predator's
I
Hunting
feel
Ground.
like every Overcooked game has been like
It's
a plus game.
it's Overcooked. Now I remember. See, Overcooked, Predator Hunting Grounds, and Hitman 2.
Which Hitman 2 you can't get the 100% anymore, right?
Yes, correct. Unobtainable 100%.
Great.
Good catch. Because you can't do like a few trophies because it's like online contracts that they shut down. Because Hitman 3 was coming out and they had to move the servers over there, apparently.
That's stupid.
Nah, I'm just lying about that last part. I don't know why they shut it down, but you know, you guys know the infamy of the Hitman games, where if you want to 100% Hitman 2, you got to 100% Hitman 1 and Hitman 2 because they combine them together. And if you want to platinum in 100% Hitman 3, you got to play Hitman 1 and Hitman 2 to get the platinum in 100% in Hitman 3. Because why make a new game when you can just put your old game in your new game?
What is going on over there in IO Interactive?
I have no idea, man. What were they thinking with their episodic releases of these games? Like, that was bad news right there.
Aren't they working? They're working on a 007 game, right?
I don't know what they're doing. They
Somebody is.
they got friggin'
was
Square
them.
let go of them, and now I don't know what the fuck they do with their time.
Yeah, IO Interactive's working on a 007 game. Another licensed title that is worked on a
No,
real
yeah,
studio.
they are. Now that you mention that, I do remember hearing that a while back. All right, well, I'm glad Waves was able to join us halfway through. That was a fun conversation. I'm gonna have problems
glad.
editing the audio because he did not start recording until like a minute that he was in. So there's gonna be fucked up audio for a minute, but you know, we'll make
I'm
it work.
glad I was able to join because I enjoy doing the podcast with my friends.
Dang. We were gonna
but,
miss you, friend. I told him that you were gonna be out for at least 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah.
Next week, I don't know if I'll be able to, but
But don't forget,
the week after that, I will be back.
every Sunday now will be
Yep.
a podcast. We'll record every Sunday.
Sunday night, probably like 8 or 9 p.m. Eastern. So
This worked out so much better
yeah.
for this timing.
I like getting done I like getting done at like 11, 12, not 3, 4.
In the
It's
morning, yeah.
Better time.
And I feel like our podcast didn't suffer from it. Like it's still kind of usually the same amount of time that we
Right.
talk.
You know what?
So-
And I'm not tired. Usually I'm pretty tired.
Yawning.
And yawning and all that, and I've been happy with this.
I'm pretty wired right now, but that's because I drank a bang. So
Well-
Oh shit! I had a monster.
Yeah,
so-
I started drinking something before I did it. So
but that's
was it
good.
G Fuel?
what?
Was it a
Was it
Raz?
G Fuel?
No, yeah, it was a Raise. It was one of these
Raise.
insider ones. I don't even know what flavor it was, but it was good. But it's
Oh, let me throw this in here real quick.
what?
There might be new Crash stuff coming out. So
Huh?
Oh, wasn't the 20-year anniversary?
it was a 20-year anniversary, and then they put out a video just talking about like the history of the game.
Oh shit!
And then they were like, "Come back soon, and we'll have more Crash to talk to you about."
Damn.
Holy shit! So you think it's gonna be DLC or a different game?
Give me a Crash Bandicoot 5, baby. I'm down.
CTR 2.
You still need a
Like,
You still need to platinum Crash 4, don't you?
4 was I do, but 4 was like one of my favorite games of 2020. Like if Ghost of Tsushima hadn't come out that year, it
Mhm.
probably would have been my game of the year. So
What do you have left in it?
a lot. That game's hard.
Yeah, I know
that-
it's like
yeah.
it's a shitter platinum to go for, but
You gotta like 106% the game, which like means you have to basically play through every level twice. That depends on how many. That's if you get everything on your first try. So like, if you don't die, if you get all the boxes, and then you have to play through all the levels again a third time. For all the, what's it called? The time trial stuff, which I feel is gonna be a bitch because like those levels are way longer than any original Crash Bandicoot, original 3 Crash Bandicoot games were.
Mhm.
So it's just something that I have to go and like spend my entire life to for that month or whatever. Then I'll probably get it.
Hey, but I mean, it's good.
If anybody
good
can do
game.
Waves, it's you. If you can do
That is
Devil May
true.
Cry, you can do Crash Bandicoot.
I just never expected a Crash Bandicoot game to be an ultra rare plat.
Well,
so.
I was just about to say, it confuses me that, I mean, I would have thought it would have been less than that because it's a 4.8% platinum, but if you look at the guide, it's apparently a 9 out of 10, 100 hours. So not only is it long, but it's actually like Wave said, it's like difficult as shit. So
Yeah.
compared to if you look at like all the other Crash games, they're like, hold on, aren't they like 10%? Don't they go around like 10%?
Basically.
Yeah.
The lowest is 9%, which is the first one.
Crash 2 is actually less,
Oh, yeah, you're right.
9%.
I remember Crash 1. I got the platinum in that one before. Actually, I got the 100% in that. I did the DLC as well in the first Crash before.
I don't know why 2 is the lowest. I felt like 1 was harder out of all of them.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I love 2. 1 is, not 1. 2 is one of my most favorite games ever, so.
Damn, most favorite game. That's a big title to have for the Waves.
And Waves hates games.
Yeah, but you know, I'm a fucking chill for when it comes to Crash Bandicoot, so.
And Devil May Cry, and anything Square
Devil
Enix
May Cry.
makes.
Nah, I hate 15. 15's a bad game.
Yikes.
And what else is Square Enix make? I don't like Avengers.
Life is Strange they made.
I don't like Life is Strange.
I don't know what else they made.
I never played Life is Strange, so I can't.
I got on my list of shit to play, but that's gonna
I
be.
bought it. I first owned it on PC because it gave it to me for free.
Yeah,
and I played the first one. I was like,
I was
Telltale game. I'm good.
yeah. I mean, that's how I felt.
Basically,
I
that's
was
all
like,
it is.
I was like, I don't like. It was like basically a Telltale game, except it looked better, and I was like, yeah, I don't really know if I'm about that one.
And it was easier to get the trophies.
Yeah.
These are all the shills I am. I'm a Capcom shill.
Yes.
I basically like any Capcom game. I'm a Crash Bandicoot shill. I'm basically a Sony shill, honestly.
Yeah.
And
Insomniac, I'm a chill for.
I'm a Vita shill.
Sucker Punch.
Well, all of those fall under Sony. That's why I'm like saying Sony shill. So I'm a Japan game chill. I don't know.
Huh?
A lot of the games that I play now are from Japan. Like,
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong.
so a lot of Western games I don't like that much anymore. So
They're not creative enough. That's what it comes down to.
basically,
Yeah, they basic games. They basic it. Well, I'm glad Waves was able to join us halfway through. Good podcast, good talk. Now I get to piece it together, and it will be out on Wednesday. That's the goal. Record
Should
Sunday,
be happy.
upload Wednesday.
You should be happy, Snickle. Like, I was able to join you.
Yeah, I am.
Right.
I'm very surprised actually. It's
I took time out of my day. No, okay.
big commitment over here.
I'll see you guys maybe 2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
All right.
But thank you guys for watching, and I'm gonna go play Max Payne 3 for more.
Same.